So yesterday I saw an ad on Facebook Marketplace. It said radio for sale, $1, volume stuck on full. I thought, I can't turn that down. You ever heard that joke before, Jason?
Maybe.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the AFoOL Podcast. This is episode number 126, and Jabbo had a little family deal, so we'll let him talk to you guys about that. But we have our next best thing. So, of course, you know Joey over there. That's BrickTrains. I'm Earl Mardi Gras Man 23, and since our talent is gone, we had to come up with something. So we got Jason to fill in for us, and this is Jason's Bricks and 5, which is. His name is Jason. He should be Jason's Bricks and 10, but you know what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? He's here.
I'm gonna do it in around 5 minutes. That's what I'm gonna do, Earl. So leave me alone.
Oh my goodness.
So we sure do appreciate Jason stopping by. He is the unofficial 4th member of the podcast now.
Well, my wife asked me if I needed a stinger, like when I joined the show. But
yeah, you do. You should.
You
should.
But then I realized who would have to create that, so never mind.
Well, by the way, guys, this is our production team right here.
the in-house AFoOL production team. Okay.
So, do we want to just jump into the vault set?
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. I am having technical difficulties with my computer.
Maybe Joey, you need to clear your cookies.
The thing is I rebooted it right before we got on here. Let's see if I can share this. Let's present this screen right here. There we go. There it is. 126.
126.
Steam locomotive push train. You all right, Earl?
Yeah, I was just looking.
So there's not a whole lot to this one.
Is there anything unique to it?
The brick that says 126.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. And that right there is why we have Jason, because I don't know if we'd come up with that on our own. We'd have been looking in the parts list.
I think it's funny how many sets, like I had no idea as a kid, like the sets that actually have the number of the set on it. Like I have the tugboat or the fireboat. Those have numbers. I didn't realize it was the set number. I was a kid. I didn't care.
Yep. Well, they still kind of do it with the vehicles. A lot of the city vehicles, the set number is the license plate.
Uh-huh. And sometimes aren't the initials on there also sometimes, or the set design?
Usually they try to hide something in there. Yeah. So I can't confirm that one, but yeah, there's usually something kind of weird. Set designers always like to hide little Easter eggs too, things that, they only know, like a weird colored brick or something.
So that has the positive and negative magnets, right?
Yeah. So blue, opposites attract and all that good stuff. So it's keeping in theme with all the 125, 124. I like it because it's all been trains. So what we had last time, the passenger, it's going to get, I can't remember if it's 127. One of them's a set, and I don't think any of us have that. Jabbo, I think, had this one. But yeah, not with the side.
Is that those headlight bricks? Or is that the old windows from the?
It's the old windows. Again, nothing in this one is really special. There's a couple of these older trains that have like the same kind of headlights, those same kind of old windows, but they have them in a weird, black. They have them in black, and then they're in that like one behind. They're real rare. They only came in a couple sets.
Isn't the hole like a square hole instead? Is that kind of what it is?
Square. Yeah.
I have one or two of those from a set when I was a kid. I think it's in white, I want to say. But
yeah. So it's
So Joey, this is on your want list. Why would you not just piece this one together?
That is a good question. I would say mainly because a set like this, I would probably start with the instructions, and because that's just how I roll. But I don't have the instructions for this one. I probably could piece this one together, except for the 126. Now it's making me wonder. What does the 126 part look like? Hang on a second. Hope I didn't dox myself just then. I got things on order, though. Why is my computer acting so slow? Come on. Let's see what these how hard would it be to part this together?
How hard would the instructions be to get?
Well, we'll find that out, too. Maybe. What in the world? Well, maybe we won't.
Maybe we won't. So are there anything?
I think it'll be hard.
This is...
Yeah.
You get the list to pull up.
This is crazy. Heather's not even home upstairs streaming TV or anything. It's like, I don't know what is gone. Okay, never mind. I'm just.
So is there any sets that you want to piece together, Jason? Is there any older sets that?
I mean, there's some I've thought about, but the ones that I would want to part together, like there's a couple of the older modulars that I don't have. But the problem is, if you're going to part it out, now you're paying $14 for the window on.
But would you
each
substitute
of the
it?
Windows or something?
Would you
substituting?
I mean, because there's some that have there's like 1x12 bricks in one of I don't know if it's Capping Corner or the other one, but it has like 1x12 bricks, I think, that are pricey, but you could use 1x6s. And I mean, would you do that just to build it, or would you want it to be?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that kind of goes back to the question Alex and I had a couple weeks ago on the poll about the stickers, and it was like, I'm only going to use, I'm a Lego purist, or, I mean, I would probably, if I could get something that was close enough that I'm happy with, I would probably do that. However, I think like a lot of people, I'm going to know, kind of like Alex talked about with the base plates, they don't have Lego on the stud. I've got to make sure. I'm like, no one's going to know. And he's like, I'd lay awake at night and know.
He would know.
No one's going to know. They're going to know.
So I
No
did the BS.
They're going to know.
Is it BNSF or BSNF?
BNSF.
I did that locomotive, and there's like 4 parts. There's dark green doors, and I think it's a might be an orange slope or something.
Yeah,
they're exclusive to that set. So I replaced the doors that really aren't necessary with 1x3 bricks, and I think the slope I just changed the color, and I might have actually ended up buying the slope eventually, but I mean, who really cares? I used the aftermarket sticker. I mean, it's not like I'm ever going to sell it and try to pass it off as legit.
No, we'd catch you, man.
Yeah. that
guy who caught Alex.
The guy who caught Alex. That same guy.
I don't think it's that bad to substitute some of that stuff. Like what you did with the BNSF, I think is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so different than a mock then.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it goes back to, like I was saying, it's your collection. You can do with it what you want. For some people, that's not going to be an issue.
Right.
Because there's people I've seen like recolor modulars and stuff like that. And, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But, to Earl's point, as long as you're not like trying to sell it to someone, oh yeah, this is
99% complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, there are things that I would want complete though. I would try, the correct vintage pieces or the correct parts. There would be things that I would try to get, but especially for things that are like running on in my city on the layout, there are things that I other than Spider-Man, I try to be careful with what I put on there because it's going to hit the floor.
But your minifigs are all over the place.
They are.
I mean, you say that if you wanted to pull the set out and say it's like Jabo's, if you want to pull one of those modulars out because you're going to replace it with a new modular, and you're like, okay, let me take it apart, make it complete, box it up, so I know it's stored complete. It would probably take you 3 or 4 days to find all the minifigs.
Oh yeah, it would be. And I've had help, right? I've had, basically since he's about 4, well, probably younger than that, helping me rearrange. Yeah, I have found box cars full of minifigures. It's like, what happened here? Well, they're taking a ride. All right, then. But yeah, don't worry about that space or that Spider-Man, because I went back and checked the sets. I've got a copy of that Spider-Man in the sets that need it in the wrestling set. So I must have got a couple of them.
Well, yeah, because they weren't
always real expensive.
Yeah, they weren't always $90 or $100.
Right.
Yeah, but they are now.
They are now. Well, Earl, we're probably gonna have to. We're gonna have to probably get you to kind of keep me on track with the show notes, because I can't get to them right now.
So we have an exciting new segment, and since our production staff is with us tonight, he's not only is he gonna be the first part of our new segment, he's gonna create us a new stinger for it.
He don't even know what the segment is yet.
He doesn't even know what it is. So Joey came up with a new idea. What he wants to do is pull a vintage year out. So we're going to consider a vintage year from probably 1970 to 1999, maybe. Is that good, Joey?
Yeah.
And we're going to pick our favorite set. So it's kind of like a homework. So you guys at home get to be involved, and we're going to see if we come up with the same set. So at the end of the segment, Joey will pick a year for next week for our next one. So for this year, just out of the blue, he threw a dart at a dartboard and came up with 1987.
What a great year.
What a great year.
For what I don't know. So what did you pick, Earl? Let's go with your pick.
I picked the monorail.
Okay.
That's why I told you don't put your pick in the show notes, because you're leading the witness.
Well, and I'm going to have to probably go with the monorail too. Although I was looking through, there's a couple kind of cool space sets.
Yeah, there's a couple smaller sets that are pretty neat, but
a lot of Fabuland.
Ooh, Fabuland. There's a video for that I've seen before.
For Fabuland, if you don't know anything about it,
Jason and Fabuland, that one that guy sent us.
Oh my gosh, look at all the parts service packs. I'm not going to get to this monorail. It's probably on page 2, and BrickTsar won't load anything. Nothing on my computer will load unless the page is.
No, you're getting close.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know, this XT-5 and Droid. That's a heck of a little set there.
I think I actually might have had that one.
Really?
Yeah. There's a couple of these I look at and I have.
The Cycle Fix-It shop has always been kind of one that I would like. I'd like to get that. I think the stickered pieces are kind of rough to get. Of course, we have the Invader they remade, the Blacktron Renegade. No, that's not the Renegade, is it? They redid this one as a gift with purchase or something. Am I thinking right?
Yeah, that was a gift with purchase.
Okay.
Well, that one wasn't a gift with purchase.
No. The
remake was of that one.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
The Renegade and the monorail transport system. Of course, that's everybody's coveted.
Yeah, everybody loves it. And that's the basic monorail. All that was the oval one. That wasn't the
right.
The really
that
one.
was not the more complex one. Yeah.
So Jason,
I was thinking you guys would go with 1498.
1498.
Yeah, it's further up.
Okay.
Keep going down.
When I get close.
Are these in some kind of order?
There should be a numerical order.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, the Spybot?
No. I see Joey. What do you want that or you own it?
So when that
both.
happens, it means I own it, but there's something I'm missing.
Okay.
So I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know if this will tell me.
Hmm.
No, it won't tell me. I'm
That's funny.
probably I don't know. I'm probably missing the instructions, but somehow I bought a couple space lots, several years ago. So I had a lot of sets. I just kind of put them together, but I didn't have all the instructions for them. So yeah, it also says I need for classic space. That's one I'm trying to complete my classic space collection. So
what was your pick, Jason?
I don't know. As I was looking through here, there's a few of these sets that I'm pretty sure I had. Like I think I had that emergency treatment center. I know I had that emergency repair truck. I actually have that over here on the shelf. I think I've almost got it put back together. So some of that stuff, because I remember it as a kid, I feel a little bit more pull to it.
right.
Like I didn't have the monorail. I think it's cool.
Yeah, see, I didn't have
But-
it either.
And there was one of those Blacktron sets, the Batrax. That one
Yep.
I have. I've been trying to get together pieces for you, Joey. I'll see what I can.
Yeah, that is the last one in
See?
the. When I get down to it. There
I'm
you
starting
go.
to get them together. I think I might only have one wheel. I don't know what my son did to the other three. I'll see. But
So
Yeah.
so did you whenever you were a kid, did you mostly have space sets or city sets or
I mean, I had kind of just a mix.
a mix?
I remember as a kid a number of times setting up, a Lego city, which I thought was huge at the time. And, now I look back and it was probably, 8 base plates with the little half building or, whatever that went on each side. But, when you're a kid, it feels like it takes up your
Right.
whole room,
Right.
because there's a few sets around that time frame. Like I said, I think that, that medical center was one that I had. And if it wasn't that one, it was, I feel like that, like the police station, because I had one of those. I don't know what year. Like there was a lot of similar themes, right? You would see
Right.
kind of like we still see a police station or fire station every year, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I was thinking that we might, when I saw the monorail, that this might be the year we had the light and sound vehicles, but I think that was 88.
I think it was. I think that was the theme. Kind of came out 1 year later. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we had some of the parts already, because I think the monorail.
Well, because the monorail uses that battery pack, so
Yes. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that. I mean, I guess I could look at the next year and see, but anyway.
I can't. So I'm stuck for some reason.
Yeah, no,
What the heck?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if I had to pick one of these, because I guess Earl's going to hold my feet to the fire.
Yeah. Don't be like Alex and take 30 minutes to make a decision. Just spit it out there.
Well, that's a yes or no, and he's like, well, I don't know. I mean, and even some of these castle sets are pretty cool. They're just small sets mostly, right? But and I remember I had a lot of castle as a kid. I mean, not a lot, but I had a fair amount. And as I look at some of this, it just makes me think back to kind of some of those fun times.
See, 1987 was the year I graduated high school, so I had already figured out girls were cute and soft and all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't, yeah. So there was not a lot of Lego. And
Please do not continue with that story.
Lego was not as important then.
Yeah.
But yeah, 87 is weird. So you got some of these really cool space sets and stuff, but there's a lot of little sets in 87.
Yeah, there's a lot of these sets that are still, like, if you just picked a picture of some of these, I think people would think they were maybe 70s. Some of these early sets, because they're really blocky vehicles, like,
right.
And they're the basic building sets. I get that, but when I first pulled this up, I'm like, wait, am I in the right year? Because that's what I thought was, the deal at first.
it seemed like City and stuff was not taking advantage of a lot of the cool new parts and things that like the space was. It feels like they really kind of focused away from well, it wasn't City then, it was Legoland or
So they were still doing classic space, and they were doing BlackTron, correct?
yes.
That
Yeah,
was BlackTron 1, so they were transitioning.
yeah, and the monorail is Futuron. So you kind of had 3 of them going on there. You had Futuron, BlackTron, and Classic Space. Yeah, I don't know that they called it. Did they call it Classic Space then, or did we just call it Classic Space now?
I think it was just space.
Yeah,
then.
I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I don't think it got a sub name until like was Futuron or BlackTron first? BlackTron was first, right?
It wasn't until it got old. Like at the time, it was just space, and it was Legoland. What was it? Legoland, the city ones.
Yeah, Legoland was.
I think that's what it was, at least in the early '80s.
Right.
If I had, you know what, I'm gonna switch up here a little. This isn't one I actually had, but I had an older set that was like it.
Okay.
Kind of like these boats that are in here.
Oh, the police boat and the fireboat?
There's the police boat, the fireboat, and the cargo boat. And, the ones I had, I think, are a couple years older. But I remember, like, from some of my youngest days playing with those where they had the weight and you could have them in the, in the bath with you or in the pool or, whatever. I think that's cool. I don't know. We'll go with the cargo boat.
The cargo boat. Is this Alex's cargo boat? His first?
I don't know that that's his first one. I know the blue boat is one of them, but I don't know if there's another version.
I thought he had the big set.
He may have.
Wasn't there a set
Well,
of the cargo boat?
yeah. Is there another blue cargo boat that they had that came out? I don't know if this is the exact one. That's my.
I think he had the set. The what was it? The launch and care. I don't know. I think there was like a harbor set or something. I think that's the one that he has all the time, or he talks about all the time. But I always wanted the fireboat. Actually, the ones that predated this, I had the police boat, the first version of this police boat, which used that same hull with the boat weight on the bottom of it.
Yep.
But I always wanted the fireboat. I never had the fireboat. I always thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I had the fireboat. I've started trying to piece it back together, and it's a couple years older than that. I'm looking at it. It's up on the shelf right there. It's longer than this one. It's really long. Here, let me grab it.
It might have came from I wonder if it was before this one or after this one.
Well, I can tell you what set number it is because it's right there on the hull.
4025. So let's see if I can type that in. I bet I can't.
This has got to be. Well, is it earlier? I mean, it's a higher number, so maybe it's not.
Watch Joey scroll and then still not be able to get nothing to pull up.
I can put it in. Let me look.
It's from 1982. It is an earlier boat.
It is older.
Yeah, a lot older. 5 years. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
So hold yours up again. How big is yours?
So you're trying to piece it back together. You've got 2 parts.
5 sections.
No, I've got a few parts.
Well,
so will you? So when you're doing something like that, are you patient and will if it takes you a few months or are you one that if you really set your mind to it, you're going to go to a couple different Bricklink and just get it all in one order?
I'm trying to piece it together as much as I can from my collection, actually.
Okay.
And I think some of the problem, like it has some of these, I don't know, 2x4 bricks or whatever that might have a sticker or different things. I may have used some of those to Mills plate my city. And that's the problem I have, I think. Because I was like, what am I going to do with this thing with the, this black square with dots on it? I'm never going to use that. Well, now I kind of wish I had it. But, I mean, you can see it's got playware. It's tipped there and there. But I remember as a kid just, putting, because I think it was 2 weights. You had one on each side and it, that floating.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was genius.
And it was genius. And that's yours from when you were a kid?
Yeah, this is mine.
That is,
No,
see, that is so cool. I wish I had any of my
So,
Lego sets.
Why
left.
don't they do that today? Why don't they
Do
make
what?
make a boat that's actually playable like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
this is the other one, and this one is mine. I pieced it back together from everything, so
Oh, that's cool.
I don't have the weights on it because it doesn't display well with a
No,
weight under it. But
No, the weights do make it difficult. I wonder if that's what it is. I wonder if that's why they don't do the weights, is just because they don't sit well. Most people are probably not playing with. I was gonna say most kids are not playing with them in the water, but it seems like that's the thing to do, though, isn't it?
yeah,
I know Dakota wants to put everything in the water, whether it's a boat or not.
I was gonna say when we went to Brick World, he got that. What was it? The big boat, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And that one floats, doesn't it?
Yep. Not
So,
well,
because I
but it
remember
does float.
well. So is it meant to float? I guess is the question.
It is meant to float, but it is. It's the way they snap it together. It's not sealed. Those pieces there for the fireboat and the police boat stuff, they're sealed.
Yeah.
Way better than you can't really technically. Well, you can't snap.
They break it.
You can break it. Yeah.
That's
You're
it.
not supposed to be able to snap them apart. And those big bolt holes that they have now, they just kind of sort of snap together. They don't even really snap together. They just kind of push together. So they get water in them pretty easy. So. But they make them so wide, it's pretty easy not to flip over. That's why you needed the weights on these.
Well, that was why you needed that, because I remember if I put it in without every time.
Yep, exactly.
All right, Joey. So I went to randomspinwheel.com.
All right.
And I put in 70 to it did 2 to 2022 for some reason. So I had to uncheck. So here we go.
All right, here we go. Hang on, let me put you on the big screen.
Hold on, I got to get it where. All right.
Uh-oh.
That's nice, isn't it? Oh, now I had this ready. Now I got to uncheck. We are all about production value here in the AFoOL Podcast.
This is a high production value podcast.
Have to uncheck every
Gold
year.
standard.
2000.
Some would say.
I think you could do more recent. Like you could do to 2010.
Yeah,
You're still 15 years old. I think some of the great sets came out in the 2000s, frankly. That a lot of people now look back as, a lot of people, it was their childhood and they're adults now.
Right.
So
not us. We were already adults, but that's different.
Well, and that's I think the nostalgia part of it. I look at a lot of sets. I can look at a lot of these fireboats and the stuff that we look at. I can look at that and I can have nostalgia for it. I have fond memories of some of that stuff. That doesn't, and I may even say, "Oh, that's a really great set. I want that set." Maybe even spend some dollars to get the. But I don't necessarily mean that it is a great set.
So what year was the first modular?
Don't ask crap like that.
The 2002?
No,
it was it 2006?
Is it okay? Green Grocers is one you look up.
No, Cafe Corner was first one. It was.
I thought it was
2007.
Okay,
2007 was Cafe Corner.
So 2006 is going to be the cutoff then.
All
right. So here we go.
Oh well, that's pre-Indiana Jones, so we don't care.
Hold on. All right. Here we go. Now let's see if you can. Okay. Well, that
1999.
1999.
There you go.
We're gonna party like it's 1999.
It was. We didn't get to see it spin, but that's okay.
I can do it again.
No.
okay.
We got the note. We got the year. We got it now.
Okay, so you'll have to work out the kinks so you can put it on your. Maybe you need to clear your cookies next time.
Yeah. I rebooted my whole computer. I don't know why I need to.
All right, Joey. The next segment we have, we have this great production value.
All right.
So.
How about something crazy on eBay?
Yeah. Woo. Wow. Crazy.
Just like there's some person out there that has no idea of the joy they've brought us by saying crazy. And I may only speak for me and my wife, but I just think it's hilarious.
Okay, I'm trying. Here we go. Hey, I did get the red calculator saga. Remember, I ordered it and then it didn't show up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They solved it.
So he solved it by sending me. He said, "Let me contact the other person." He said, "I know where." He said, "Let me try to get the hat or the calculator back." Okay, so then he contacted me. So you're going to have to do a refund. I'm like, fine, okay. So I requested a refund. eBay sent me a label to send it back, which was fine. I was going to do that anyway. So I sent it back, and then he refunded me the money. I was like, crap. Okay, I'm not going to get the calculator because I really wanted a calculator, And I don't know. It's been 2 weeks now. So I guess it was at the end of last week. He contacted me and said, "Hey, I got the calculator again. If you want it, I relisted it." I said, okay. So I guess he fixed it because he relisted it and I was able to go buy it again. But I mean, he relisted it and somebody could have bought it out from underneath me, and that would have kind of made me mad too. Yeah, eBay ain't gonna come up either for me. I don't know what is going on. So I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. Here's another episode of technical difficulties.
All right.
Here it is. I found it. Hang on. I found it. Share.
Thank goodness we have Jason, or people would be tuning out right now.
Yeah, well,
What's to say they haven't?
So this is not one of those really super expensive, although it's up to it ended at $202.
It ended.
Yeah.
Was it you? Did you buy it?
I have this set, but I don't have this version. And if it hadn't been wrote on so much, I might have picked it. It's also, when you look at this, it has the plastic tray. It has the plastic tray and then the milk cartons. I don't think that plastic tray belongs in it, and it should have had another cardboard box, another cardboard sleeve. This here, it did have the gears. The one I have has all these parts: the milk trays, the gear like this. But then it has another cardboard tray with all milk cartons. Now that's not to say that Samsonite couldn't have put one of these plastic trays in there, but I think it should have had the other cardboard insert. But the box I have is the colored box, the one you would have got in a store. This is for the catalogs. So this probably would have came from, I don't know if it says on there or not, probably would have came from like Sears or one of the department stores catalogs. JCPenney's, I might have. FAO Schwartz did a lot of catalog sales, but I think even their catalog sales, it would have came with a.
It looks like it had
box.
an ad. Looks like somebody put an address, just stamped it right on there.
Yeah. Well, and I zoomed in on that. I think that actually says, what is it? JC. Oh, yeah.
Oh, JCPenney?
Well, that's what I thought it said, but I think it doesn't say that. Pewell or something.
Okay.
I think that might be their address. We're dox somebody from 1968.
You're probably safe.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
So
what was the other one?
So this sold because of the box and the trays, basically.
I'd say this one sold because of the outer box. Yeah. Hopefully somebody didn't buy $200 for the parts, because there ain't $200 worth of parts there. Oh, I think of the other one I had. I'm gonna go back. Hopefully I don't dox myself. See, it ain't gonna do nothing. We're gonna have another white screen. I think that's what I'm just call this episode, white screen.
See, when your cursor's doing that, when mine does that, it has the little circle that does that. That's when I have to clear my cookies.
Oh, well, my mouse is set up to do that because I have multiple monitors, so I have to track it.
Oh,
okay. So this isn't going to do anything.
You're fancy.
Whatever. Earl. Whatever.
All right, so we apologize for that. So we're gonna move right along. Anything to add about crazy things, Jason?
Poor Jason. He's sitting there going, "What have I got myself into tonight?" What are these guys doing?
Well, it's just gonna save me time in a couple weeks. I don't have to waste time on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, 2 days. Yeah.
I'll tell Alex tomorrow when we record. Yeah, don't bother.
Don't bother.
All right, so you got some new sets in here, Joey. You got the new 10360, the shuttle carrier aircraft, and I'm sure you plan on showing a picture of that. But
yeah, so this was going to be I thought this would be a good one that Jabba would have really appreciated because he's big shuttle, and I can remember that. I can remember seeing it on the news where they piggybacked that thing around before they ever, because that's actually the Enterprise that's on there, which was the dummy shuttle. It had no
Enterprise.
Yeah, it had no.
Different Enterprise. Sorry.
Different Enterprise. Yes,
that's those Star Trackers.
The Trekkies.
He might wait. He might wait for a gift with purchase. However, he said he wasn't buying Star Wars. He did it twice. So,
yeah.
But he got a gift with purchase, right?
Yeah, he did.
So,
any interest in that from either one of you?
No, not me.
No,
I think it's fine, but it's not for me.
Not for you.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I like it, but
I don't know. It's probably going to be one I'm going to get. I don't know that I'll get a day one, but I will probably get it.
I wonder if there's a gift with purchase plan to go with it.
I don't know.
Specifically with that one.
Is this one going to come
I
out
haven't heard anything.
No.
Around the same time as the Space Baby?
No, because the Space Baby comes out tonight.
Is it tonight?
So it comes out on the 15th, which is midnight tonight, right?
Right.
So when you're watching this, it would have been yesterday. Well, this.
So you think it's going to sell out, Space Baby?
I think it. I think it will. I think it will.
Gosh, I hope not.
I think it will.
Well, I mean, I don't care
anything, or
okay. As long as I get one.
Yeah.
I thought you had to wait till payday on Friday or something, and you were going to mess out by the way you responded.
No. What I'm waiting on is like, so when we're done with this podcast, I get about 4 hours of sleep, maybe, and then I got to get back up. So I'm like, do I just go ahead and stay up till midnight and then get no hours of sleep?
By the time we're done, it'll be there.
For you,
when we get done, it'll be 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it'll be between 10 and 10:30 when we get done. For us. For you, it'll be between.
I don't know. We'll see. I've watched your episodes recently. I know how long it goes.
So the next one you got, Joey, is 21357, the Disney Pixar Luxo Jr.
Luxo Ball.
Yeah, I think that's really kind of cool. I mean,
is that the lamp?
Classic. Yeah, the lamp.
It's the lamp and the ball.
Yeah.
It looks better than I expected. I think it looks pretty good. Let me ask you a question. And this is, maybe I should save this for breaking news, but I'll share it here.
No,
you need some stuff.
I
have a hot take.
Hot take. We need a reason for Alex to watch.
So, I guess if you pull off the panels that's got like Easter eggs where you can see like little references to other builds, and it's like stacks of 1x1s, and it's supposed to be, I don't know, the Carl and Kevin's the bird, whatever Russell, from Up. It's like little dots to be those people. And am I the only one that doesn't really find that super impressive? Like they've done that in some of the Star Wars sets. Like you open up one of these sets and there's like a brown and a black dot, and it's supposed to be Obi-Wan and Luke. I'm like, this is not that cool.
No, I think it's the designer trying to get something in there just to like an Easter egg, like we were talking about earlier, because I talk about it all the time. Was it the museum you said you were building?
Museum, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's got like stuff hidden in the floor that
it does.
Once you build
the what was it? The sciencey one that they just did. Oh gosh, what was the name of it?
Like
It
when
was
you're
the
building,
Lego
it's like
ideas.
STEM.
STEM, yes, STEM.
Oh.
It has several things like that hidden in it. I kind of like that. I appreciate it.
when you're
Well, I
building
don't have a
it,
problem with those hidden things, but it's like, look, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This thing here, whether you like the Star Wars set or not, I don't care. The set comes in half, like it does, but there's like, now I don't even know if I can find it. Yeah, here you go. Maybe not. Dang it.
You fit right in with us.
I know.
Buddy.
See what you did? Well, there's something in here where there's dots, and it bugged me. That's
So
all.
when you say dots, you mean like one by one?
Yeah, it's
round
like,
stud?
okay, well, this is supposed to be someone or something. It's like, I don't think it's cool.
Yeah, I don't.
And I'm sorry if people don't agree with me. But now I really wish I could find that stupid thing. But I built this, and that's how memorable it was. I don't even remember what it was. I just remember it was there, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
That's not that impressive.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's not readily recognizable, then I don't know that it would be. I don't know how good it would be.
I don't know. I just see that on these sets where, not just these, but sets where they put something in there, like this micro build. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about in the Luxo ball, but
So do
I
you
hadn't
think?
heard that yet. No.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Sorry if
So
I
do you
spoiled
think
it for people.
Do you think they put it in there just to get extra pieces in it, just to get extra
No,
interest
I mean,
in it?
I'm not saying they shouldn't do it, but I don't know. Like, I don't look at that and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I guess. I mean, I think it's they try to do a reference, and I don't know how you're going to build a fig to put in something like this, right? I mean, you'd never fit anything there. So I get that part, but I'm like, I mean, at least with like the, I don't know, some of these where they did like the tiny Millennium Falcon, at least that I could kind of tell what they were trying to do. It wasn't just a 1x1 stud. It's supposed to be a person.
Right.
I don't know. There's other I can't think of any off the top of my head now, but I know there's some others I've seen it, and I don't know. I've probably wasted too much time.
No, this kind of started with the Brickheads when they started putting the pink brain. When they put the pink.
Yeah, I think that's stupid too.
It is. Well, in that case, it is stupid. But is that when they started hiding that stuff? Kind of because.
So let me ask you this: if you're building that Star Wars set, is there reference to that in the instruction booklet that's what it's supposed to be? Or are you just building it and it calls for 2 studs and you're like, I wonder what these are for, and then you just keep right on building?
I think the latter, if I remember, but I could be wrong. Now I'm trying to find it.
Because that would be me. I'd be building it. I'd be like, I wonder what these are for, and then I would just keep right on building.
Or me, I wouldn't even. Oh, you know what? It just dawned on me. You're playing with the Star Wars. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. It's the wrong night. Andor night was last night, wasn't it?
Yes.
I missed it. Oh no! Don't spoil
I watched
that.
it.
I gotta watch it yet.
I watched it all.
I haven't. I would have probably not even noticed enough to recognize that they were something in that one that you're building there.
Yeah.
Right. I think like in the museum, it was obviously they're burying bones in the museum, and they were doing some of the things. The STEM set, there were things that the Braille, or was it? Yeah, they built.
And I don't have a problem with them hiding those things. Like it's in the modular police station, right? There's the thing where the person's dug out of jail.
Yes.
Like there's stuff built on top of that. You're never going to see that again unless you specifically go to look at it. I mean, plus it's on the inside, so you're never going to see it. But I don't have an issue with that. I think that's pretty cool. Even like the T-Rex, the big one up there, the Jurassic Park one.
Yep.
My wife, when she built that, there's a little frog in the belly.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. And that's okay. I think that's cool. But it's just when it's like a 1x1 stud, I'm like,
not enough detail there to.
I don't know. Or you put 2 or 3 studs together and that's supposed to be a thing. I don't know.
See, I think that's the other thing too. I've seen that where people do that. They'll build. You got to recognize whoever that is, and it's just like I can remember the Gilligan's Island one was one of the first ones I saw, and it's like, oh, that's Gilligan, and that's perfect,
Yeah.
But that doesn't. It's not super interesting to me, so I could see where maybe this, same thing. If it's not, I don't know. I like the things that are more recognizable.
So are you going to get this one, Jason?
Which this one are we talking about?
The lamp.
I don't know. I mean, I probably would have said absolutely not before. I've seen it.
It's definite for Heather. She's gonna want it for sure. But I like it. I'm gonna get it. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I don't know if I will get it.
It's definite for Heather, but I guess I'll get it because I like it.
He means he guess he'll get it because Heather's getting it.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you one thing. I won't get to build it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
She'll definitely build it. So.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to be more selective with my build or with what I buy. So.
Oh yeah, I got selective several years ago because it got out of control for a while there. I was just buying all kinds of stuff, and yeah, quickly. I think it's the space that really catches you. Well, yeah,
the what?
The baking. Yes, I said it.
That was your chance, Earl. Jeez.
Wait, what did he say?
It's like
it's usually the
man rookies.
Space.
They get you right
Someone
after the checking
spaced it.
account. Yes, but yeah, I've gotten a lot pickier. What I of course. I always blame it on the fact that in 4 years my plan is to retire. So you keep spending all your retirement on Lego before you get there. It's not that I'm spending my retirement on Lego, but I kind of sort of.
So what is this you have in here about Lego ideas? 57 product ideas for the 57 product ideas quality for the first 2025 Lego Ideas review.
They have 57 new. I ain't gonna be able to pull it up. My Lego is just sitting there spinning, trying to load up the Lego page. They had.
I found it.
Oh,
it's
you found
Anakin
it. Okay.
And Obi-Wan Starfighter. See that? Isn't that exciting?
That's his Oh,
because Obi-Wan's is dark red and Anakin's is yellow. I get why they did it. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it, but I don't know. It's not that cool. Sorry.
No, I don't.
I knew there was something in here. I had to pull up the instructions and find it. So
then it doesn't mention in the instructions what it is.
Or
do you just?
I don't see anything on here that says anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm just on the online one, but
yeah.
Anyway.
See, I would have missed that. I would have thought they were doing the colors.
Yep.
For reference, or because a lot of times they'll put weird colors in just so that you can kind of see when they twist and turn it.
Well, I actually, when I did the Steamboat Willie Ideas set,
yep,
I opened up the first bag and it was all pinks and yellows, and I was like, did I get the wrong Lego set? Because I've seen the picture, it's all black and white. What is all of this? So yeah.
So back to the ideas.
Sorry.
We had they had released 57 new idea sets, and I had them pulled up to show.
So this is the part where Jabbo would say he doesn't even spend his time because if he sees one he wants, they'll never make it.
Yeah,
right.
That's kind of the thing. Yeah, and
so out of the 57, how many do you think will get made? Is it 5? 2? How many?
Well, is this 57 that have reached the 10,000 or 57 that are still getting support?
These are past the 10,000. I think these are things that Lego's already
qualify.
Yeah,
these are ones they're considering.
Yes.
Okay.
So some of these will end up being gifts with purchase and the smaller sets. So I bet you there'll be a few of those that'll 10. I'm gonna throw 10 out there. A fifth of them, maybe.
You think it's that many? I would think 4 to 6, maybe.
I think we'll make it a big announcement. And yeah, you're right. Like 4 or 5, whatever, will get announced as being big sets. But then I bet down the road we'll see some more of them released as gifts with purchases or whatever, smaller sets.
How far out are they?
I don't know.
I don't really never pay that much attention to it. Like how, so if it qualifies now, and then it's going to get reviewed, and it's going to say, okay, we're going to make this a set. Is it still 2 years out, or is it a year out?
Well, it's usually when they say these are what we're going to build, because if I to me it feels like, you know, they say these are the ones we're considering, and then they come out and say this is what we're going to make, and isn't there a gap even between when we see it? That's where I feel like that's the year and a half gap between when they say we're going to make the Nightmare Before Christmas, and then maybe next year you see it.
The thing, I don't think they're near as rigid as like the BDP program. You know, they've kind of set that BDP program up for what is it, every 6 months or something?
4 months.
What is the date for the next one? When is the next one coming out?
Well, let's see. Do you mean the next series, or do you mean the re-release of series 1 and 2? Did you see that?
No, really?
No way.
Yeah. You guys didn't see this? This
No.
is breaking news.
This is breaking news on the AFoOL Podcast.
Play the
We
stinger.
need a stinger.
Yeah, that's that this week.
It ain't like secret news that you're not supposed to be letting everybody know, is it?
Wait, let me see. Alex says, "Do not disclose." Oh, crap. No. This is
I don't like Lego.
So what they're doing, because I saw someone actually did a video on this, and I've seen a couple things since. They are re-releasing really all of the sets from series 1 and 2. So if you missed the Mushroom House and you want to get it, you can. If you want to get the Forest, Mountain Fortress, I think it is, whatever they are. It sounds like what they are the items that either were sales that canceled. Maybe someone's card didn't go through. Maybe items were returned. I think they had probably a small percentage of overstock. So it's not like they're rerunning it, because that's what I heard at first. I'm like, oh, they're going to recreate all these things. They really hate resellers.
Right.
But that's not what they're doing. It sounds like,
so
I'm
very
guessing it might just be a few hundred. Yeah.
When is this going to happen?
It's coming up soon. I'll see if I can find it. And it's going to be on the Lego website directly, is what I understand. It won't be on Bricklink.
Wow. That's interesting.
I wonder if it'll be at a clearance price.
Doubt that.
It'll be at a clearance retail price, yes.
Really?
The regular retail price.
Regular retail price, yeah.
Now, the one thing I don't know the answer to is if you'll get the gift with purchase that Lego is running on their website at the time.
Right.
That they didn't seem to know the answer to, but
so
okay,
yeah,
well,
would this be a qualifying purchase for that?
Yeah.
But okay, when you said series 1 and 2, I'm thinking of the original.
No.
Series 1.
Nope. It's gonna be yeah, let me see here if it says they will be on the 20th of May at 8 a.m. Pacific time.
Huh.
So this is coming out like really
Let
quick.
me write that down. Yeah, that's like.
Why?
That's
You
what-
haven't bought
that-
one
that-
yet. Why are you gonna buy one now?
I'm not.
No, him. He's gonna write it down.
Oh,
I have bought some of these, by the way.
But you did?
I bought different ones. I've never built one. I've got
Oh, I
like
didn't-
5 different ones.
For some reason, I was thinking you hadn't bought one.
No, that's Joey.
No,
I-
he bought the camper.
I bought the camper. I originally bought the airplanes, JK Brickworks' airplanes that did back and forth because I like Snoopy,
Yeah.
and I was gonna kind of Snoopyify them, and that's what torqued me off because they wouldn't. I had to go and sit online or sit on the phone with customer service to update the credit card that I used to pay with it, and
Yeah.
I have zero patience. I don't know if anybody knows that, but I don't have any patience for this crap. And it's bad customer service. They could have just as easily sent me an email or reprocessed it and whatever and say, hey, you need to go back and shopping cart it or whatever.
That happened to me for something. That it was just a regular Lego order though. It wasn't a BDP, but it's the same deal. It's like my date had expired or whatever. You know, and
When did that show back up?
What
The
is that?
minifig factory's online again.
oh, I saw that a couple days
Oh,
ago.
that's been on for a while.
Yeah,
That's actually been on for months. But it's not the same as in the store. Like, you're very limited in what you can do.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't make the rogue, AFoOL ones I did.
Right. they don't care in the store what you do.
So when is
I know.
the other ones, like the Transylvania Castle? What's the date
that
on
one is coming up as well. Here, I'll read you what it says here. It says, because someone asked, why are they releasing these? It says, the number of available sets is comprised of a limited quantity of canceled orders and extra sets produced to replace lost and damaged shipments. We can only make these sets available once pre-orders have been fulfilled. And they said, is it a restock after selling out? They said, currently there's no plan to produce additional sets after the series crowdfunding period ends. So they're not making anymore. It's just
Right.
someone found them in the corner of the warehouse. And it's like, we got to get rid of these. What are we going to do?
So somewhere along the line, when they get to the whatever series was those airplanes were in, mine will get resold.
No, they're not. Those are like the
No,
not
those are
considered official.
yeah.
Those are like the test runs or whatever.
Yeah, those are
This
before
is-
series. That's what I was talking about.
So the ones they're doing, it's like the train shed, the mountain fortress, the Parisian, the snack shack, and the
Oh, those are recent.
what is it? The Western one? Yeah, series 1, and that's series 1.
That's
Series
one?
2 is the trellis train one, the brick cross station, the mushroom village, the ocean house, and the whatever ominous isle, I think is what that one might have been.
That seems like. So what's the current series that the next one available? Is it 4?
So the next one available, I think, is 5. That's the next one to buy. That's got the Transylvania.
Yeah.
But they're voting, I think, on 8. You can see the new items up on 8.
Okay.
Well, if I had a computer that would work, I'd
You know
show
it's bad. Did you watch the last breaking news? I'm going to guess, but
Yep.
you know it's bad
Absolutely.
when I couldn't remember that I had bought one on the last one that we did. I literally, seriously, like that wasn't for film. I literally couldn't remember. I'm like, I may have bought one of these. I don't know. And I don't remember. I don't know if I was happy or not when I realized I'd bought one. I guess I could cancel my credit card and get out of it. I don't know.
Joey, you've got the Lego Masters Season 5 contestants are revealed.
Yeah, I mean, this was going to be a ho-hum thing because I know not a lot of us really watch. I watch them still. I still watch.
I usually watch it. My wife actually enjoys watching it with me. So
Does it? Okay. Well, or is there anybody in the grouping that we know? There's nobody I recognized.
Yes. I know a couple people on there, actually.
Do you?
To answer your question, Earl, June 10th at 8 a.m. Pacific time is when
Okay,
Series
let me
5
write
will be
that
going
down.
on sale.
Okay, I'll
So
write that down.
if you want to get the Transylvania, that's the big one.
Yeah,
Or the Mushroom Village. You can get that one.
yeah.
Yeah, so actually, someone in our ULUG is actually a contestant. Them and
That's
their
cool.
wife. Also, someone that we interviewed at Brickslopes, Colorado, is on there.
Really?
So if you watch the episode and the part where I gave away the gifts,
Yeah.
so the last one, Anthony, it was him and his son.
Right.
And I gave him the Batman tumbler, and he was all excited. His son's name was Joshua.
And I thought that was the best set, but yet it was the last one you gave away. Is that
I
because
kind of
nobody
had
else-
kept that one for him because his son was
okay.
older, so I didn't want
I
to
got
give
you.
him.
I got you.
Here's a 4+ fire truck.
Right.
So I was glad he was excited about it. But it's funny because it was like a week later that came out, and I reached out to him because I saw he had put something on Instagram. I think it was about it. You can find him at Get the Brick. But anyways, he had posted, and I'm like, here I am not realizing I was talking to a Lego master all the time. It was filmed 18 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, did
So-
he talk about any of it? Because I had understood that they.
No, I didn't know.
I'm sure they
He-
can't until
He couldn't even say anything about it because he had replied. He's like, it was the hardest 18 months ever. When I said, I didn't know I was talking to a Lego master. That was,
Wow.
he couldn't tell anyone.
My understanding is they not only did they film this season of Lego Masters, they filmed a holiday season, or a holidays episodes, whatever.
Like the 3 or 4 episodes, whatever they do.
Yeah. And Lego Master Junior US, which we haven't even heard is going to be a show yet. But I heard that they were all being filmed simultaneously. I don't know why. That seems like a nightmare, but
it's the only time they could get Will Arnett. Who knows?
Maybe.
Him and that tacky mustache he has now.
Yeah, it's a horrible mustache.
Not a fan of that.
No. I kind of actually like watching the is it the Australian one?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. The two
I
guys.
don't know.
No, yeah, okay.
I don't know which one. You're
It's
asking us like we know.
Well, do you watch any of the others? The Australian one's one, I think it's the guy that I can't think of his name either. It's the two guys. At any rate, they do a pretty good job. I like they are more interactive and stuff. They're also not Lego employees. They're Brickmaster, like Jamie and the other one.
Amy?
Yeah, they're not, they always, I don't know, they always seem kind of rigid to me, kind of like, oh, here's the Lego props they got standing. I don't know. But the Australian one doesn't seem to be that way. I'm gonna get hate mail for all that, I'm sure.
All right.
That's all right. They've all left because I complained about the studs. The one-by-one studs, so.
No, they didn't. So the upscale baby astronaut was revealed. I'm pretty sure it's the 15th.
I think so.
Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the 15th.
That's what I've heard.
Well, I'm going to try and keep refreshing.
So did you get one?
Yeah.
I plan on it.
I got one.
I think I might get 2. If you pre-order, does that qualify you for the gift of purchase?
It depends.
Some of them I think have said it does not count.
See, so I think like Jabo's had this before where he has just gotten the gift of purchase because the item was either back ordered or pre-ordered or whatever. So he didn't get whatever it was he ordered, but he got the gift with purchase. I kind of think that they don't want to do pre-orders because they're not really going to ship you anything. And I don't think they want to ship the gift with purchase without the main item because it's going to cost shipping. Because you're going to get the free shipping on it, and then they're going to have to ship twice. So I don't know.
But I plan on getting one. Jason, we're getting one. Are you getting one, Jason?
I guess I kind of like the upscaled things.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping there would be some really cool.
The problem is, what am I going to buy to get it?
Well, that's what I was hoping. There was going to be some kind of cool classic space set or something that they were going to reveal. But it doesn't seem like I haven't seen any leaks for anything that would have been cool.
Yeah. I mean, I have an item or two that I'm waiting for the right thing. But like one of them I want to get is like $350. And I'm like, is this really the thing I want to shoot my wad on? I don't know. But we'll see.
Well, I plan on getting one.
Yep, I am too.
And I may get 2. So the dark blue air tank was revealed in the Java sail barge in the past.
Yeah.
Right, Jason? It's going to be available in another set.
Is it the Enterprise?
I'm going to see if I can pull that picture up.
The $1,000 Death Star?
Yeah.
Or Death Star, yes.
It is in a dream set.
What's the number?
71499. Mateo's spray paint truck.
Lego's website is actually working for me of all the websites that are working, which makes me think it's really not my computer. There's something going on with brick set and eBay. Yeah, so the blue air tanks are going to be in this little fella right here, right there. And that character that is a separate air tank and helmet. That character they've done this before in the dreams with a different color. So yeah, dark blue helmet and air tanks.
So I did look at it before we did this, and it's I think it's an August 1st set.
Yeah, it's out a little bit.
So are you gonna get it? Are you gonna buy that?
Oh, I'll buy it. Yeah,
it's $100 set. So are you gonna buy? Yeah,
It's gonna buy $100 air tank.
Yeah,
I'm thinking I might buy it and then part it out. And
yeah,
I think that's what I might do.
Why? The only thing people are going to want is the blue air tank, and you're not selling it. You're not going to part it out for anything.
True. Well, Joey and I are working towards our retirement. But
that's
yeah,
this screams to me.
That's our
clearance.
excuse. Yeah. Well, it does, but
it won't be clearance
something
because there'll be a lot of people buying it just for those air tanks. It'll be crazy. There'll be lots of people like. I guarantee you.
Why don't you wait and pick a brick online?
Because it's all about timing. Because when they hit, and believe me, I will. I'll be checking it probably. I'll start checking it, and I'll be checking it like daily. But
did you check it now?
I did. I checked it the past 2 days. I've checked it.
So this set's going to come out. Here's the thing. It's going to come out August 1st. I bet you those parts don't make Pick a Brick Wall before this set comes out. Lego's too smart for that, right? They're going to want to push the demand towards this set. If you've got Target or whatever, you can get 5% off. Or you're going to be able to get it cheaper than the 99-cent. There will be people, and I ain't saying it ain't going to be me, but there will be people that'll walk into a Target and they'll pick up 10 of them or whatever, part them out, and make their money back on those helmets and air tanks. Because space people are crazy.
So this is what I will say.
This
is what I'll say. What was it? The purple air tank
that
came out was in the New Year's parade, right? The rabbit floats.
Right.
That sucker was on clearance.
I know.
It wasn't, and not only was
it was a better looking set than this.
Yes, I agree. And not only with that, they also put the purple helmet. Did they put the air tank too? And that little poly bag with the assorted.
I think that was the helmet was in there, and the air tank was in the parade.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but that's what I'm remembering.
Well, the helmet and the air tank was in the parade.
Were they both?
Yeah,
I don't think both of them were in the parade.
I'm pretty sure. Yes, they were.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that seasonal bag, I think, had the helmet in it.
Could be. Well, you remember how the orange space band was such a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how big a deal they are now. I ain't even got them out of the bag yet.
Well, I just put mine together the other day.
So I ain't put mine together. I keep looking at these thinking I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the store, but they're not even worth what it costs to get them from Pick a Brick now. So I don't know. We'll see what
you are correct. He did have the air tank.
I know.
Wow.
So he had the helmet and the air tank. So yes.
But is that the right helmet? Was that the space helmet or was that the motorcycle helmet? I thought there wasn't. I guess it is the right helmet. It looks like it. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's hot. He's sweating.
That's because
that.
That's because he's on a parade float with that helmet on.
Yeah.
He's like, why am I wearing this air tank? That's so stupid.
So then there's a Lego Ideas Gumball machine coming out.
So there's the other piece of this problem.
Pearl gold and a dark azure space.
That's the rumor. Yep.
I don't think it's a rumor. I think it's just.
Well, we haven't seen any fish.
We haven't seen a picture yet. But,
yeah.
So. Okay, so here we go. You ready, Jason? You got your paddle? You got your agree or disagree paddle? Since Jason is on the show, we have an agree or disagree.
It's upstairs.
Are you
Oh,
kidding
no.
me?
Do you want me to go get it? I didn't know I needed it. I can go get it.
Go get it. Yeah.
I can go get it.
I mean, we've had enough dead air on this show. It'll be fine.
Well, I
Also,
can still
remember that
talk.
your
I can
mic
still
is
talk.
on.
I got my headphones on, so
I was gonna
Okay.
say, well, your mic's on too.
we can continue the conversation.
No, well, just don't take a potty break.
So you're
That'd
asking
be awesome.
you asked the question.
You want me
was
to
the
bring the
fan-
box of food too, Earl?
Yeah.
You guys can pick what Alex eats next.
Oh, don't do that. I'll send more Grippos.
So you think that was
Well,
a
that's
fan
not
vote?
in here.
That was a fan vote, Joey?
Yeah, those are fan boats. Yep.
So
For
how
those
many?
colors.
How many? Was it 4? How many colors did you vote out of? 4 or 5?
Yeah, no, 4 or 5. Yeah.
All right.
And those colors aren't bad. The gold is kind of weird, but
Yeah. Okay, so what do you
Oh.
say? The statement is agree or disagree. The statement is Lego knows what they're doing with these classic spacemen colors.
Well, okay. The first
What?
half, when you said Lego knows what they're doing, that would be different than the full statement.
with the spaceman.
Okay, so Lego knows
Oh,
what they're
sorry.
doing. Lego knows what they're doing to sell more stuff with these classic spacemen. Whether it's putting the parts in sets that you're going to chase, or a set like this that the only reason most people are going to buy it is to get the spaceman. They know what they're doing.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready?
Is this
Okay.
how this works? You just pop it up there?
Just pop it
3,
up there.
2, 1, go. It's pop it up there, Earl.
I didn't want to whip it out.
It's not on film.
I think they do. I really do. Because
Just look at their quarterly revenue reports. We know that they know what they're doing to sell more.
So when they came out with the blue torso, what has it been? 6 months, 8 months ago?
something like that. Yeah, it's been a bit.
I don't know. When did I go to the Lego store for you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
When did your daughter go to Florida?
September. It was September.
Okay. So when they went in September, they already knew that this was going to be in a set in the future.
I think so. Maybe they didn't know which set, but I think they knew that they were going to break it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I know they pay attention to it. Jamie Burrard has said this because back with the modulars, he said Lego didn't understand why certain sets were selling a whole bunch. And he's like, they noticed that people were buying multiple modulars because, it's showed in the instructions to build them, multiple high.
Yep.
And I think the story goes is that Jamie said, well, we need to put this, paying attention to the AFoOL community or the adult community, is like, this one piece is very expensive. And we're like, we don't understand why this piece is so expensive in the secondary market. So they were looking at that too, that they knew they didn't understand why people were building multiple modulars. They didn't understand why certain pieces in the secondary market were so expensive. So they didn't know what they were doing as far as, let's make this one piece in this one color and put it in this one set, and what that did to the secondary market. So Jamie's put that piece in one of the modulars. There's like 15 of them in there. He's like, look, I'm doing this great deal for the fans. And he pissed everybody off because he ruined the value of that part.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Right. What the heck, Lego?
Exactly. I think they know. I think that something like these space, maybe they don't know that one blue 2x4 brick that only showed up in one thing. Maybe they didn't realize they did that because some designer decided it needed to be that color. But I think this stuff, these torsos and helmets and stuff, I think they
The goat.
know. The goat.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of these things they know.
The gray torso was on a collectible minifigure. Still
Hidden.
There's still today people who don't know where that torso came from.
Right. Well, because he's hidden in that rocket.
Or like I think it wasn't on. Didn't you do a pricing game with that fig? Or did y'all do that one?
I don't think we did that one.
Because you try to figure out why that that fig is so expensive. People don't realize that's your gray one.
No, it wasn't that one. I think
my
we
gray
did the one that blew Alex away was like it was a medieval figure.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But there's people
Yeah.
who don't understand why that little rocket guy is so expensive.
Right. Right.
Well, it's because that torso's on there.
Yeah.
See, I bought a bunch of those when I first saw that. I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna buy a bunch of those too." And I don't know how many I got left. It's probably less than 5 or 6, but yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Couple more things. So, Joey, you made a mistake on a Bricklink order to add insult to injury. It was a viewer of the podcast.
Yeah. So, Professor
So he
Spike.
probably understood. He's like, I've seen how the show's produced, so this tracks.
Yes. Yeah. So he sent me a note, and it was on Bricklink, and it was Professor Spacetime on Instagram. He obviously he's on YouTube too because he watches the podcast. So he sent me a note and said, "Hey, I'm missing a couple of these parts," and I'm like, "Ah, crap!" And it was a huge order, and so I take everybody at face value. They tell me they're missing parts. Then okay, I'm gonna go find the parts, and luckily it was parts I had plenty of in the drawers and put them in there. And I counted out the drawers, and yeah, he's right, I missed them, and because I had the extra number in the drawer. I don't know what I did. There was, like I said, it was a big order. I think I looked at the wrong line when I was, it's like I need 7 of these, and then I went to the next part and I went, oh, I need 7 of these. And it's like, no, you needed 10 of those or whatever. But he did a reel on Instagram praising my box and how it was packed. Like, okay, that's no big deal, right? I packed it as nice as I would for anybody, and he did this reel and all, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool because I already knew that I shorted him parts. And he says at the very end of it, he says, now I'm gonna go count and see how many parts, or count and make sure I have all my parts. I'm like, ah! I know the end of this story. So I feel bad. I ain't gonna say it never happens. I mean, I have made mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes.
Yeah,
I
it
try
happens.
not to, but
Do we need to get Alex to record another little clip for you? What the heck? BrickTrains?
yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is I see some of these bigger Bricklink stores, and they'll talk about, they do these podcasts and stuff, and they talk about how, well, we got to go through and make all the corrections or find the parts or look for the parts that people said they didn't get. So it's like part of their daily process is like, well, here's, we've got 15 mistakes we got to go fix. It's like, I don't want to be that way. I can't help it. If I made a mistake, I made a mistake, and I'm going to fix it. Even if it's all I can do is give you your money back, but you will come out on the right side of it. Because
how many times? Now I catch multiple times. I've caught being short when I was pulling the order.
That has happened to me,
and I just have to email them and say, I apologize, I'm missing this part. I've got, you wanted 8, I've got 6.
Yeah,
And
I've only done that once, where I had to actually contact them because it was a part that was not currently in production. That I couldn't find anything for sale that was released that year, and I wasn't gonna go try and hunt down Targets and Walmarts and stuff. I have done that. I've gotten, and it's like, okay, why am I missing these 2 parts in the drawer? They should have been here. And I'll go to my around the corner there and, okay, what set are they in? And then open that set, pull those parts out, write them on the box that these parts have been pulled out, and ship them. But yeah, I've only had to contact one person that and say, I don't have your parts. Sorry, I can give you a refund. Because the thing too is, like, we've all done it. You get to a store and you're looking for certain parts, and then you buy $50 worth of other parts, and then and I know in my head if it's a part that this is their, you don't want to tell them, oh, here's, I didn't have that 29-cent part. You just bought $50 other worth of parts that you didn't really want. So I always
And
give
that
them
might have been the part that brought them to your store.
Yeah. And I did. I gave that guy that option. I was like, do you want all your money back and none of that, or do you just, whatever? He was like, oh, just send me everything that you have and just refund me the thing. And I was like, okay. So, and then I give him
that just happened to me where I found a store that had one part and I ended up placing my biggest Bricklink order ever.
One
like
part
hands
cost
down,
you,
it would like
one part cost you a couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were all those parts part of your new mock that you showed a picture of to us the other day?
That was where I ordered a lot of them for. Yeah. So,
you did. I know you haven't revealed it yet, so
I haven't revealed anything yet.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not gonna spoil
But
that.
I just have one question. I'm not gonna spoil it. Are the polka dots cricket printed?
No,
Nobody knows what that's for.
it's a printed part. It's a printed part.
It is a printed part. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that those were.
But I think you chose better. I think you chose a better path with that. Because I know we talked about. I assume that was what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was what I was asking about before. When I asked you guys.
Right.
This is a very cryptic conversation for those of you watching.
It came out very good.
Yes.
Thank you. I was happy with it.
Maybe
it's
your
funny.
video will come out tomorrow, and then this comes out in 2 days. It'll have already come out, and then.
No, I actually have a couple more that'll come out first. I actually recorded a video with all of the parts. It's probably the least interesting video ever.
So it'll do really, really well.
No, not really. It won't. It'll be bad. It won't be me complaining about Star Wars. That's the only thing that seems to do really well.
Yeah.
Well,
so every May now, I guess I get a big spike in my channel when
you could put the title of the video. This is why I didn't buy Star Wars on May the 4th.
Well, I actually
title of the video.
When I did the video, I'm like, well, this is the most boring May 4th haul ever. So I actually did use that money and I placed it at that time. So yeah, I was going to ask you guys, and if this isn't something you're comfortable talking about, that's fine. I get it. But after I placed that order, I was thinking about it. Like, I know your Bricklink stores, they're just like a small side thing, right? They're not it's not like what you do for a living or anything. So I would imagine the majority of the orders you get are probably not huge. You get maybe a $20 order, something like that a lot, I would think. Again, I don't know because I don't really store.
We get a lot of $6 orders, $8 orders.
But the question I have is like, I guess, what do you guys consider a big order? Like, are you excited? Like, whoa, I got, something, either so many parts or so much money, and maybe like, what's your biggest one?
So it's not really about the parts, because sometimes I'll have like a 300 or 400 parts, and it's only like $20 or $30.
Right.
Yeah.
And
if they order one by one studs,
it's a good order. But if it's 300 pieces and it's only in a few lots, that's great. But if it's 300 pieces and it's 100 different lots, you're like, whew, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. So I guess a big order, right, would be like $100 order or something.
Yeah, and I've only had a couple of those.
Well, and so I've had a lot of Marvel and some Star Wars figures that I had parted out sets early on.
Well,
so I've had orders that have been $50, $60, $70 and only be 3 minifigs.
Yeah. Now I've had that. I've only had one part order that went over 100. I think went over $100 or $150 something.
Yeah.
I've had a bunch that are, $40, $50.
Yeah.
If I get a $40 order, that's great. I'm thinking
that's a good deal.
That's a good order for me. Yeah. But I have had some bigger, like you said, with some minifigs and stuff.
Well, so I will tell you the order I placed, and I don't think this is a big store. I think it's probably something like you guys. I could be wrong. It was 131 unique lots.
Okay.
So when you said like 100 lots, I'm like, uh-oh, this guy might have hated me. It was 2,625 parts.
Woo!
No, but see, that's a big order. But
Yeah.
that's 100. That many lots for that many pieces is not. That's not a bad ratio.
Yeah.
No.
It was $330.
Ooh, I don't think I could stomach making a Bricklink order that big.
I just kept adding, and then before I knew it, I was like, well, I don't want to go back and uncheck stuff. I'm like, oh, just
well, you know, that's kind of
there's my May the 4th order. There you go.
So the last thing I have on the notes is rabbit hole collection, because I am like, when it comes to rabbit hole minifigs.
I was waiting for us to talk about Oswald.
I'll buy the Iron Mans, and then I started buying the War Machines, and then you know, at one point I bought all the Tony Starks. It's like, and I went to a store and paid $30 for a minifig, and one fig, $30. Couldn't find nothing else in the store. It's kind of like, what am I doing? But I gotta have it. Gotta have it, right?
Yep.
So outside
but the
of
thing about that, I would say, so, you know, I guess going to Indiana Jones, because that's the thing I've started, I guess, going down the rabbit hole, if you want to go that route. You know, I've paid some stupid money for a few things. You know, there's things out there I want right now I could buy on eBay. Like, those store displays are still out there. The guy's still asking $2,000. I don't own them yet, you know.
Right.
Those video game cubes,
the
ones with Indiana Jones sold, and it was like $1,300 they sold for. I'm not going to pay that, even though I know I'll never get it if I don't, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's like but the one thing I will say about it is, at least with this, and maybe it's a little different with your Iron Man because they're still coming out with those, but at least with the Indiana Jones, I know there's a defined end to having all the sets. Like, they're not going to come out with another one.
Yeah, I know. One of the sets I'm going to buy for this has an Iron Man in it, and I'm going to pay $100 per set to get the Iron Man.
Yep.
And the reason is it's only in that set. So if I just go buy the Iron Man, I'm going to pay $30 for it.
Right.
So I might as well just buy
Is it a new set that's coming out?
It's out now. No, it's out now. But now there's another set that just came out that I can't tell if it's a new Iron Man or not. It's another $100.
So let me ask you then, is it worth waiting in case they pull a Captain Rex, right? What if they put that Iron Man in a $10 thing, right? Is it worth waiting till you get, 6-9 months down the road?
Well, I'm going to use the gift with purchase as the excuse.
Are you going to part out the rest of the set then?
I probably not, because I'll probably go ahead and build it since I'm buying it.
Okay.
Because I guess that's the other question. Like, do you want the rest of the set, or is it just the fig you want?
Put it this way: if that Iron Man wasn't exclusive, I wouldn't so much worry about it. But it also has an exclusive Spider-Man. So that's two figs that are unique to that set.
That's 2 rabbit hole collections.
Oh, that's 2 you're doing, right? So
I know.
That makes sense.
So I'm going to go ahead and buy it, and
and
what I'll do is build it, and if I can find a place to display it, I will. If not, I'll just put it back in bags in the box. That's what I hate doing. I like buying sets to build, and I like displaying them. But I hate building them and then, like, the next day, okay, let me put it back in the box.
Yeah.
But I only have so much room to display. I just put
that's the Andor set that's out right now, the U-Wing. I want the figs out of that one. Generally I'm not buying as much Star Wars. I mean, I haven't really bought any in a while, but I do want those figs. And they're only, a couple of them are only in that set. I don't like the ship. I have the old one. I like it better. And I've tried to decide, is it worth, how much is it going to be to buy those figs? And especially after you pay, I don't know, $5-8 to ship it. Do I come out ahead? I don't know. So that's a good question. And can we go back to an old topic?
Yep.
Absolutely.
We talked about, I totally forgot to bring this up. So the Lego Masters.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this. This is a big deal.
This is a big deal.
So, on breaking news, we like to give Earl a hard time about the Ghostbusters Firehouse, right? We made that happen. He got the Ghostbusters Firehouse.
I
It's
succumbed to
owned
the
by
peer pressure.
the former owner is someone that's on Lego Masters this season.
Really?
Yep. Because I told him when he was at I don't know if you saw the video where I did my display at the Lego store that opened.
Yeah.
He was there because he was he was the main guy coordinating it. And as we were walking out, I'm like, I told him how you were happy to have it, and I said, if I would have known, I would have had you sign it and make it worth something.
Yeah.
He laughed.
So they're still keeping that secret. It's filmed 18 months ago, and they still can't tell who won.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Lego and
not
their NDAs.
but that's not a Lego
That's more
deal.
of a Fox NDA there.
Well, that's
Yeah.
any reality show, game show you watch is
Yeah.
That's not.
But
just
that
out.
seems like a long time because that's gonna. There'll be 2 years by the time it gets to the end of this.
Yeah, they were thinking, they being the guys that run Brick Slopes, we were talking about it, and they were thinking that they would have made the announcement in the fall, like around September or something, because they're like, that's when it's normally come out.
Right.
So I don't know if there was some other reason that it got delayed or whatever, but I do have some gifts with purchase. Do you want to see them?
Sure.
I got the Lego yellow truck.
Yep.
And I got the store.
Yeah,
that's a cool store.
That was a pretty good deal right there.
Yeah. So I actually have 2 of them.
Uh-oh.
I have 2 of all of them because Tanya got a set as well.
Oh.
And then I got the tile.
Those are cool.
Oh, I didn't see the tile. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was really cool they gave it to us for displaying.
So
I know we give Lego a lot of crap, especially about their gifts with purchase and whatever, but they did a good job here. So,
well, for the most part, they're
generally pretty good.
Yeah. I know.
I think our complaints are because most of the time they are good, and then we have something that goes wrong, and we're spoiled. So we're like, oh,
right.
You've ruined my life. I didn't get a plastic thing.
Right.
So Joey, your rabbit holes.
Do you have a specific rabbit hole you want me to talk about, or?
Yeah, I was gonna say his whole life is rabbit holes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I can tell you right now. Let's just talk about the one rabbit hole I got going on because I got.
Just look at the wall of colored bricks behind it. That's it.
Exactly.
Where's the green one? I don't know which green this is. We need some plastic talk, Joey. Come on.
No,
the green different color.
Plastic talk.
Is this another plastic deal?
It is, and I'm gonna make it quick. Get the steer in. I just spent $13 for a part to put on that wall. So here's what I've changed. A part.
It doesn't make me feel so bad at spending that $30 on my minifig.
Hey, Javel's done worse, I think, with some of those Q colors because I'm not
getting
the Q colors. This is Bricklink. These are this one and the other one over my other shoulder there. These are the Bricklink colors, and I've decided that I'm now going to make it hard on myself and try to find the most rare color or rare part in that color. So I have a Duplo flower, and it's that little robots crap coming from Germany.
Wait. Why would you do that?
Because they have nothing better to do, apparently.
Because he can.
Yeah, I just think
you need to make Alex a color chart. Just a 2 color. This is brick yellow. This is bright yellow.
Yeah. See, look, I respect Jabo's color chart. He did the 2x4 brick.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's a lot harder than you think because those colors don't come in 2x4. Not all colors come in 2x4. So he'll never have 100%. I will never have 100% complete color chart either, but it's hard to get him in that. And that's just the choice that he's made. And I respect that. I've done it because this originally started with when me and Heather are parting out parts. It's like, okay, is this lavender or is this blue or whatever? And you want to make sure you're getting the right colors versus the inventory that you're given. But now it's just kind of become a thing, and it's like, okay, as Bricklink is getting better with the older colors.
Wait, you guys don't know the difference between lavender and blue?
Lego doesn't necessarily know the color difference between brick
so
yellow and tan.
Do you know what
No,
dark
that's
blue
Alex.
is? Do you know what
Huh?
dark blue is? If you're on the Lego website and you're looking for dark blue, you know what that color is on Lego?
Off the top of my head, no. I
Earth
could have to look
blue.
at my chart. Huh?
It's earth blue.
Earth blue. Okay.
That's the way it is with the dark green too, I think. I think it's
Earth
earth
green.
green.
Yeah.
Yeah, those clips I used for the pine tree.
Yeah, there you go. I don't feel so
Yeah.
bad about a $30 minifig because you've got a $100 pine tree. So
Yeah, but I didn't buy those. They were given to me.
Yeah.
And actually at Brick Slopes, I got 2 bags of those clips.
Oh wow.
And because they give out parts,
Yeah.
and they have a part swap. So if you got a part you didn't want and someone else changed,
I can see
they're
that.
sitting there, no one wanted them, and I was
can
like,
see
I'll
that.
trade them. I want them.
Does anybody want these clips? Nah, that's probably gonna be the last pick.
Yep.
I'm building a tree. I like
Yeah.
it. So,
Have you built any more of those?
I have built, I think, 2. Where are they? They're somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, they're over there on our camping. Yeah, we're over camping. Yeah, there's just the 2 on there.
those
But
are
I
good.
could build them now.
Plenty of clips. Okay, Earl, where are we at?
Are you ready, Earl? It's time for some foolish comments.
I don't like them.
You want me to autograph that?
I end up getting snarky, and I'm surprised they keep reaching out to.
I'm not
It's
happy.
not even funny.
It's not even funny.
That's the best part. Okay.
Okay, Earl, we gotta
All right.
watch your time here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the
So-
Spaceman's going to be released soon.
Oh,
Yeah. Where's my phone?
Nailed
All
it.
right. I still don't know how to put these in order, so
I'm
Wait,
just waiting for comment or content now for breaking news, or else don't let me
Yeah, I'm
down.
afraid.
okay, Chef Eddie. Jabbo looks like he converted one of those self-storage units into a bedroom. Is he in an undisclosed location for security reasons? He may have been.
Yeah.
Arlen Grow. Seriously, we need Joey's insights on plastic materials and manufacturing to be a main segment of this show, like an educational bit. I love it. Well, we didn't do a lot of plastic talk this week because Jabbo is not in the mix.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it'll be back next time. Are you ready up there with your soundboard?
Okay.
Alex Noons.
I don't like Lego.
He says, I use a lot of Maguire's products on my vehicles, especially to remove the cloudy headlights. It works
Right.
well, but they
What
do.
the heck, Lego?
Sorry.
It works well, but they do get cloudy again. Same thing with my old 90s sets. I have used hydrogen peroxide to restore them. Some stay white, some don't. Very strange.
Yep.
I think he did a video on that one time. I think him and Jabbo both have done videos on
Yeah.
on hydrogen peroxide. Have you ever done that?
Me?
I haven't.
Yeah, me neither.
I've done it. Yeah.
You
I've
have done
yellowed them though.
It comes back. So.
that?
I've yellowed plenty of them.
Ty Novell, aka Tylenol. Awesome job, Jabbo, with the Tipper vault set matching the episode number. If anyone has it, you would definitely be the person to have it.
That's right.
That is correct. Gibson Star Wars collector. Thanks, guys. I was awake and building at the end. Blah. A good topic to consider. I saw this discussed by a few reviewers when Mattel Brick Shop rolled out their Hot Wheels sets. Are we building with bricks into things like cars, ships, or buildings? Or are we building display pieces made out of bricks? It's a good aspect of how detailed and customized are all of these new these new building bricks becoming to make a car look perfect in perfect angles versus just seeing what we can build with bricks. Probably why I like the old 80s sets so much is they look like bricks made into post office or a delivery center or a car. Yeah, I think, and the thing is with today's sets, they will make custom pieces to give a vehicle aerodynamics or curves or whatever.
Well, have you seen on those Mattel shop sets, whatever? Like they have metal parts that they're
No, I
creating.
haven't seen metal.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
like for rims and different stuff.
Huh.
So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a gimmick. Maybe it's makes it better. I don't know.
Ty Novell, I eagerly look forward to the BrickTsar Citron build.
Oh, BrickTsar doing the Citron.
Yeah,
Mm.
that would be interesting to hear and watch him as he documents the process. I'm sure he's going to get around to that.
Just hope his microphone works.
Yeah, yeah,
I felt bad for him on that one.
yeah.
I commented, if anyone knows, trust me, it's me.
Yeah.
Blah says, which set number would that be? Ty Novell says it was an unproductive set, so it was not produced. And then Blah says, thanks, but someone is going to have to log it into BrickSet or Bricklink in order for us to buy his version. So when he marks it used complete, we can verify it.
Is that one? I think he highlighted a similar build at BrickCon Atlanta or Atlanta BrickCon, whatever it was. Because I want to say I remember seeing a video about that. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was someone else. But
So
was it battery powered bricks?
Yeah.
Did a video on it because that guy, did he work at Atlanta Brick Co. or was just associated with him or whatever? They did a video with him and that Citron stuff.
Oh.
So yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
and-
couple videos out about the Citron.
And then Ty Novell says it can't be completed. Some of the parts are not produced. He got some customs for it, and he showed it on his channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's another one of those that was. I wonder if that set just got canceled because the monorail got canceled.
I don't know. No, there's a book I read somewhere. There's one of the book. Was it the Red Book? It was not. Well,
I just read one of the comments you're going to have coming up, and it makes me laugh.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you in the same order I'm in?
No, not quite, but I
Okay.
saw one by Chris Bricks. It makes me laugh.
Carry on, Earl. Carry on.
Okay. Ty Novell, I'm sad we didn't get to see the Joey talks about plastic stinger. Interesting talk from Joey about polycarbonates and how to clean it, and how he has a wax product to buff up the plastic. I'm curious if the product is available for normal people that don't work in a plastic factory. It's not?
Nope.
Hmm.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Maybe you could sell it out of your garage.
No,
Is it dangerous? Like, is it toxic or something like that?
It's well, the way we use it, it gives. See, I did not want to. Here you go.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Oh, you're
Is
so
this another plastic deal?
It is, and I'm gonna make it quick. Yeah, because we use it to clean the equipment with, and it has a lot of fumes, and it's volatile and stuff, so it's kind of weird, but yeah. And then
So you're risking life and limit work every day for plastic.
Can you
you
recharge
wear your
it
proper
in-
PPE. But
Maybe
then you see these people building these stuff. They use MEK or whatever to glue the ABS together. Well, we use methylene chloride to break down polycarbonate, which is one of the things that you can use to kind of shine it up if you know what you're doing. But it is highly carcinogenic, so you don't want to just like stick your finger in there. And,
That's a big word. I don't know what that means.
Cancerous.
Carcinogenic. Never heard that before.
Yeah, no, it's not like one of those carcinogenics only in California.
How do you
It's
spell that?
carcinogenic all across the country and the globe. It's the real carcinogenic. So yeah, you don't want to mess with it.
Okay, Ty Novell. Good job, everyone. Especially Jabo for joining, even though he was at a weird hotel room instead of his nice office with a crib. Also, glad to have Earl back, especially since he did lose it laughing a number of times, which was great. Yeah, I sure did.
You did.
I thought I lost it in the comments too, but that didn't make breaking news, so it must not have been as good.
No, I think that was the one that we did.
I think you did from right in the beginning.
No, it was in the comments.
That was in the comments? Okay.
Yeah, because I was listening to it when I was driving into Brick Slope, so I had to like screen record while I'm driving. It wasn't going well.
Great episode, guys. I actually watched it in time to leave a comment this time. Looking forward to Java working on the Citron holiday. Looking forward to the new plastic stinger. You just saw it. As for the couple of pieces missing, I'd say 15 is a couple. When talking about 1,000-piece set, well, that's not right. A couple is two. When talking about it, but I can see some sellers using the term for a 38-piece set where nearly half the parts are missing. Keep up the great work, and I hope you had a nice vacation, Jabo. I think he did have a nice vacation.
Yeah.
So he's looking forward to Citron too. So maybe we can twist Jabo's arm into doing this sooner than later. Pizza Man. Hey guys, keep up the good work. I have been listening for a while on my way to work, starting with the first episode. I just finished episode 97. I will check back in 2 weeks with my progress. Thanks, and thanks, Jabo, for the Apocalyptic Berg box. Oh, he must have bought the box from me. Too bad he missed that.
With the name Pizza Man, I was wondering, did he find you as a food podcast?
He may have. Now he's 97. We got him hooked.
He's like, well, they got to talk about food at some point.
Deslin's Brick Builds. Oh, wait, Joey bought it. Was so funny.
What was that I bought? Was that the calculator?
That was something on Bricklink we were looking at. And I think we had one sold.
Oh, yeah, that was. Yeah.
That was the Blacktron set?
It was the Blacktron, yeah. The base. Yep.
Joe Bowling. I like the Sherlock Holmes book nook, but I think it could use a light brick because you really can't see inside it when it's folded up. If I get it, I may try to add a light brick. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yep.
But I don't think the purpose of it is to fold it up. I think you either open it up on display or you fold it up to store it.
No, the book nook is you're supposed to put
it goes with your books.
Yeah, on your bookshelf.
Right, but if you're putting it on your bookshelf, you're storing it. So
yeah,
if you pull it out and open it, you display it, right? And if you close it, you put it in it.
No, I think you have it on the shelf, and then people are looking at your books, and they're like, "What's that?" And then you pull it out, and you're like, "Look," and then you put it back in the bookshelf.
The book nooks are like a big thing. People are kind of all. This is like one of these DIY YouTube TikTok things that everybody does. The one little girl, she did one, and hers goes straight back, and then she put a mirror in there at like 45 degrees, and then it goes behind the rest of her books. So when you look down it looks like it goes forever, like it goes through the wall and continues on. It's pretty cool. But Joe's right; it gets dark. It's kind of hard to see all the details in there. But no, it's folded up. That's its displayed position. I'm gonna harvest for stickers and minifigs. So
okay.
Well, yeah, like Sherlock Holmes, and I already have a Sherlock Holmes model.
Are you gonna build it though, and then take the parts off of it?
I don't know. I'll see. I don't have a bookshelf I don't have books that I would display something like that. I have utilitarian bookshelves, right? Gray books.
You don't have a bookshelf with all your Lego manuals?
No, I don't.
Are you gonna buy that one, Jason?
No.
No.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a whole series of those book nooks.
I know, because I saw the Harry Potter one. I think,
And then
I think I've already seen images of that. I don't know.
Lord of the Rings, I think, has got one coming out for it.
I mean, I don't know if they make an Oswald one or an Indiana Jones one. I guess I'll buy that, but otherwise, nah. I'm not.
Do you still shop around for Oswald?
Mhm.
Are you looking for them actively on Bricklink, or they're just in your wanted list and every store you go
I mean,
to?
I look for them. Most of them in quantity at a price I want to pay. Because I mean, that's kind of the, those are the factors, right? I mean,
Right.
if like this order I bought, this big one, there was no Oswalds, but I look at the figs. Like there's certain things I'll just look for. So if they had them, I would get them, but I'm not going to pay $12, $15 for one fig. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's nonsense to me. And I don't know why it's so expensive at the shows and
What's
on
the average price on Bricklink?
on Bricklink. I'd have to look and see. I can get them in quantity for some under $5, but the problem is most of those are in Europe,
Right.
and then by the time I have them shipped over, the cost goes up, and it's still not a bad deal compared to what they were on retail, but it's just an issue of, do I really want to spend $400 on minifigs?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Pasta Jensen 125. I have that set. It's a wagon as well. Will be exciting to see if I have 126. Just have to wait 2 weeks to find out. Well,
I think I'm not sure how much mystery is involved in that.
Wait, you mean I can go and look to see ahead? How would I do this?
Wait a minute. What year did we come up with? I got to write this down so I don't forget.
Oh, I need to put it in the show notes.
1999.
Was it 99? Okay.
Yeah, because in 2 weeks we're gonna party like it's 1999.
There we go. Ty Noel, aka Tylenol. I was looking for a gray piece for a project, and I had to rate a friend set on display for it. And to my horror, the piece was visibly yellowed. The piece wasn't even exposed in direct sunlight, as it was back to back with other bricks. Well, that's odd. If it wasn't in the light at all,
they can still yellow and stuff.
Well, I guess that's like you said. New vintage sets. You open the box and the whites in there are yellow, and they've been.
They can be. Yep.
David Kayer. David Kayer. I was on and off in 10 minutes from May 1st. The web did not crash. Please keep up the great work. Well, we sure are trying. So he didn't have a problem with his May 1st haul.
I didn't have any issues.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I didn't log on.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Mimi Don do Lego. I can see heavy discounts on the dancing figures. I can too. And I was kind of skimming through your comments. There's one person.
That's why I was laughing.
There's
some
one
people
person
really don't like it, and some people are. It's a polarizing set, evidently. We'll just say.
Yeah, we'll see. Kona Dog B. Another great episode. I am really glad I'm not a Star Wars fan, or else I would be broke. How many of you will get the Haunted Mansion 3-in-1? One of the builds is a train. Yeah, I was actually looking at that before the show. One of them is a train, but it's a train with square wheels. So easy a caveman could do it. So I don't know. I thought I liked it until I started looking at it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna pass. Joey, are you gonna buy it for the train build?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Hey Earl, what do you think about the summer wave of Marvel? I like most of the sets and some cool new minifigs. A lot of cool Spider-Man sets. Yep. Lastly, you guys need one more stinger. Jabo's phone tech talk. See you in 2 weeks. Well, there you go. That'll go right next to the plastic one. So you guys have homework. We need a set from 1999. Jason has homework. He's got to create 2 stingers now.
Okay.
Regretting
yeah,
going on.
I do like a lot of those Marvel sets, and I am going to get a few of them. And I guess I'm going to have to get used to $50 for a 300-piece set, because that's the new deal. I mean, there's no more complaining about how expensive they are, because that's just the new retail.
Right.
300, between 300 and 400 pieces, it's between $50 and $60. That's just, get used to it, because
It's the Disney tariff.
that's the new deal. Yeah.
Mm.
So I kind of rationalized the price of those sets by the amount of figs in it. Like one of those $100 sets, the set sucks, but there's like 7 or 8 figs. So I mean, you kind of like, well, some of them aren't the best figs, but you got to find a way to justify it.
Right. Got to figure out. Oh, sorry.
Oh, we're losing Joey. We're losing him.
Billy 2796. I never thought to clear up old windows. That's a good idea.
Oh,
Here it comes. Content.
DL Bricks. DL Bricks he's been disagreeing with you guys a lot lately.
Oh, that's nothing new. He liked what is that? The Acolyte. But he knew there was problems at that point.
DL Bricks, I'm a huge Keith Haring fan. Haven't been this excited for a long time. I don't even know who the heck Keith Haring is.
He's the dancing guys.
Yeah, I still don't know who he is.
yeah.
I would say who gives us something, but I don't want to get bleeped on our show. He'll never bleep it. It'll get it through the censors.
It'll get through.
I was having that conversation with my boss because I watch a lot of college baseball, and the new term for the last couple of years, and they use it a lot, is exit velo. Somebody will hit a shot right to the third baseman, and they'll be like, "Man, the exit velo on that ball was 108 miles an hour," and I'm like, "Who gives a crap? He caught it. He's out. I don't care how hard he hit it."
Yeah.
So I just looked up who this Keith Haring is.
You probably don't really want to know.
Well, so I know like this art is like big with like 90s hip hop. Like that's where it's kind of identified with. This person does not look anything like what I would have expected.
Yep, that's him.
He kind of looks like DL Bricks.
Whoa.
Wow. Well, I can tell you, there's no micro space babies yet on the Lego website.
We have an hour.
It's only 10
Yeah, I was going to
o'clock.
say it's 11 Eastern time. So,
But we still have comments to go. You're still in luck.
Pasta Jensen. I'm sorry, DL Bricks. We kid in fun. We don't mean nothing by it. Without Pasta Jensen, nice to know. Thanks for sharing the knowledge. Selling Bricklink and eBay. 30% of the seller's fee at eBay is quite rough, though.
yeah.
It is. Yeah, eBay is. It's that. The only way that's going to change is if another website can take off and equal eBay to give them competition. Because everybody can say you could sell here and you could sell there, but you don't get the clicks and the views like eBay does. So, Dude Jude, hey Joey, Earl, and Jabo, here is some info on the Slave One. That's right, it's a Slave One. I don't even know
Jango Fett's Starfighter class.
Slave One was a modified prototype fire spray 31 class patrol and attack craft used by a famed Mandalorian bounty hunters Jango Fett and his cloned son, Boba Fett. It was greatly modified with advanced weapon system by both Fetts during their respective use. Originating from Ovo 4, the ship was stolen by Jango Fett, replacing the previous ships, Jaster's Legacy. After Jango's death at Geonosis in 22 BBY, the ship was inherited by Boba Fett and used on several missions during and after the Clone Wars. It was subsequently replaced by the Slave 2, the Slave 3, and the Slave 4. And that is straight from the Wikipedia, the Star Wars Wikipedia. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, dude, Jude.
You know what BBY is, right?
Before Yanin or whatever, right?
Before the Battle of Yavin. Yep.
Yavin, yeah.
Well, Mama called it a slave. I'm going to call it a slave. It's a slave 1. I don't even know what the new name of it is.
As Alex put so elegantly, it is the class of the ship.
They should just call it Jango Fett's politically correct starship.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, because Alex, what was he talking about? The Enterprise is too corporate sounding. We need to not call it that. Like, that would be stupid.
Yeah.
I love.
Okay, it has one too. It has a name. It's there's a something cruiser or something. I don't remember. Yeah, they all have a classification and then they have a name. Yeah. That ship's name is Slave 1. Sorry, Lego. So
Sonia Holcomb, I'm still awake and enjoying. I'm also enjoying season 2 of Andor, but not buying any May 4th sets until prices come way down. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna buy the helmets and then I changed my mind. So I said, well, I'll buy some of the helmets for the gift with purchase, but I want those helmets. I want to build those helmets, but I don't know.
They'll be on sale.
It's kind of like Brickheads. When Brickheads were first out, you wanted them all. Once you started missing a couple of them, now I don't even have interest in buying any of them anymore.
Yeah.
Are you missing any other than the newest ones?
So I had, yeah. So I was buying them all. I have like the first wave, the second wave. I think the first ones I really missed, other than the Benny, which I wasn't able to get the Benny. I missed the Target exclusive or whatever it was. I missed those two, and then I missed a couple of the like 2-in-1s because what was it? The Nightmare on Elm Street, the Nightmare Before Christmas one.
Oh, I was talking about the helmets. I didn't.
Oh no! Sorry.
I'm like, Benny, I don't remember a Benny helmet. Okay. That's a 2-in-1? Well, I don't know. Was it Darth Vader and Anakin? I don't know.
I've got all the helmets. I'm not missing any yet. That's why I think I'm probably going to get them, but like you, I think they're going to go on sale and I'll probably get them, but I'm worried that if I wait, I'm going to miss one. So,
well, then you don't have to buy any more. You just told us.
Then I'll be off of them. Let's see. Chris Bricks. If anyone doesn't like a Joey talks.
This is the comment that made me laugh.
It would be a good time to that.
Should I tell everyone what the heck Earl says? He said, I can't put it.
Joe Bowling, I'm really enjoying Andor, and if the K2SO set had been available May 1st, I might have gotten it for the gift with purchase. Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie since the original trilogy. I agree with that.
Yep. Easily top 4 movies.
It's that Alex guy again.
Uh-oh.
Alex News helping the comment count. I got my answer. It seems to be 4 for now. I really need to be more careful with what I blurt out, but we all know that ain't gonna happen.
I'm working on a 5th one, Alex, buddy. I'm working on a 5th one. I recorded it today.
I tell you that. I wish you would have put the disclaimer that you did. You should run that at the beginning of the next one. At the last. I can't even. I guess I'm getting tired too. The last commercial you did.
Oh, me?
Well, yeah. Where you
you're talking about the one where Alex is apology to her.
And then at the very end of it, you put it's the disclaimer. You should put that at the beginning of the Brickin' News.
Alex only represents 50% of the Bricking News or whatever it said. Yeah.
The opinions of Alex Nunes only represent the opinions of
Yeah.
the feelings of half of the Bricking News staff.
Yeah.
Julian Bonet, isn't Sherlock Holmes public domain by now?
Somebody said that. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Tony Montana, Sherlock Holmes became public domain in January 2023. No one needs a license anymore.
There you go.
I wonder how many other things are public domain that
Mickey Mouse. Well, Steamboat Willie.
Potsta Jensen, thanks for the scratched windows answer. Somebody needs to ask a good plastic questions for next
No.
week.
No, they do not.
Johnny G. He gave us a timestamp of 35 minutes and 8 seconds. Time Twister's shirt for $125. Yes, I'll take 2. Fitzchild, heartbroken. SG Brick, otherwise known as Sega Brick. This time, no sorting, no mocking, but buying. For the temporary city that will take over part of our living space this Christmas holidays. Buy-in in Eastland. In Eastland, at the moment, the order is about $350 for 35 pounds. That is around 10,000 items and about 180 lots. Wow. I go for the cheaper stuff and lots of times the whole lot because I have an idea. I maybe could use the cheap pieces in a building or get extras to prevent shortages, like bigger plates for floors. The aim is to build 20 to 30 buildings to populate the city on the floor so it can be played in for 2 to 3 weeks. And it will be a city with strange and some ugly, architectural buildings, because I don't want to spend huge money to make it all pretty. I also have an idea to make a building of 8.5 feet for under $100 if I can get the internal structure strong enough. Otherwise, it will be multiple towers of 5 feet. Thanks for the entertainments. Greetings, SG from Belgium. That is a big order.
8.5 foot tall tower?
Yes.
That's a big building.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Wow.
Man, that is huge.
Well, if you make that, you should submit that to Bricking News Community Commentary, SG. That's all I'll say.
Yes, please. We'd like to see that.
Yep.
Johnny G. Jabo should feel great about his home microphone. This week, did he use 2 paper cups in his drink? Billy. Billy says those guys should wrap the Lego box in saran wrap, then put the stickers. Oh, that must be the Atlanta Brick. Yeah. That'd be too much work.
Yeah.
No, that's whatever that company was. Yeah.
Oh. Pasta Jensen, I have a solar calculator from 95 and it still works. Well, I hope so. The sun still produces solar. Just kidding. Deslin's Brick Builds. I definitely bought, but May 1st is my birthday, so I asked for birthday money the day before so I could spend at midnight. I got Django's Slave One, the U-Wing, in the chopper. Well, that's a pretty big order. I hope he broke it up into multiple orders to get multiple gift with purchases.
Yeah.
No, it's one per household.
He says imagine that. He says I did split it into 2 orders so I could get the 2 sets of gift with purchase. He must be watching live. And then he also says, in response to the checkout time, my first order was after 10 or 12 minutes, and my second order was another 2 to 3. So 15 minutes overall was at the absolute worst. Well, that's pretty good. I wonder if it wasn't as crazy this year because the deals weren't as good. I mean, I don't know. I've never been that midnight person to buy anything, so
right.
Uh,
I mean, only because I work at night a lot of times is the reason that I've done it. Otherwise, I usually just wait till I get up in the morning. But
So I did that video where I talked about how I didn't buy anything and why. And it's one of my top viewed videos ever. But it's interesting because I got a ton of comments, and a lot of people were saying, yeah, I agree with you. It's too expensive. I didn't identify with that gift with purchase. Like, I thought it was a really weird ship. Like, the only thing that would have been attractive is getting the 3 figs, you know, and they had arm printing, which is not something you always get on the Star Wars gift with purchase. So it's not like it was a total bust. But my thing was, like, what was it, 2 years ago was the Lars Homestead kitchen. I identified with that more than this thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars and it's a kitchen, and I was like, well, that's cool. This I saw, and I'm like, I didn't even know what it was at first. Like, even M&R, if you watched his video, he like was like, I don't know. He had to go out, and it's like a thing that just briefly comes across the screen. And I don't know. I mean, and for me, it seems like it's just too obscure. Like, it's that obscure stuff is cool, you know, but it's like, well, that was in a deleted scene. Well, I don't care. I didn't ever see it, you know. So
Deslin Bricks, again, says Sherlock Holmes has gotten old enough that it's public domain, so anyone can do anything Sherlock Holmes. And then Joe Bowling says, I knew that Holmes was going into public domain, but the Fantasy Set advertised it that they had a license with the Arthur Conan Doyle estate. I'm not sure why that was necessary. Well, we have the founding father of the pan right here. Maybe he can reach out. Maybe he can reach out and get us an answer on that.
Well, I actually got an order, not an order, but a package from them today. And so they have new fig style. If you saw the Opera House that I did, I actually got the Sherlock Holmes figures in that style.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because I didn't know what was coming. I actually have a couple of packages I got from them, so I have some new things to watch or not watch.
Talking about with Alex, how you were undecided if you were going to accept some of those, right?
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but they offered me 3, and I actually accepted all 3. So
where do you put them? Where do you?
Well,
do you
the one box is
apart?
right there. I haven't opened them yet.
No, I'm talking about the ones that you've already built. Do you take them apart and box them back up and store them? Or?
So a few of them I have. You know, I have a shelf in a room upstairs that I used to have something else on, and I used to have like some Coke cans and stuff on there, and I've taken all those down, and so like it's mostly the retro ones, like the gramophone and the what else is up on there, like the computer and the gumball machine. Those are all up there. The modulars I have, there's a shelf in my son's room that I have them sitting on. But those are the ones that I have a few that I've put back in the box, and they're just out in the garage.
So you've got to get the gumball machine from Lego so you can do a side-by-side comparison.
Well, I got to get it so I can get a fancy spaceman, evidently.
Well, yeah, and then you can do the side-by-side comparison. Do you have all the Spacemans? Why not?
No.
Why not?
Why? Do you have all the Indiana Jones sets?
No.
Why?
Why not?
Why not?
Because it's better than Spaceman. I don't know. I mean, what do you want to say? I missed one, so I figured it's not worth trying.
There you go. Well, there you go. That's a good enough.
I don't want to be someone that sends someone from halfway across the country to a store down the street from me because I'm so desperate for the part. And then they have to ship it across the country back to me because I'm too lazy to go 45 miles. I don't want to be one of those people, Earl.
You make it out like I sent you. You were going there anyway. You were going that way anyway.
But I wasn't buying anything.
We don't know that.
Oh,
I just told you. Now you know.
Well, I really appreciate that. Oliver,
so much so you got some in the meantime, I think.
Yeah. Because I finally went there. So I did get some. Oliver Pocono. I think this might be a new one. Joey's plastic science lesson. Earl's unrelenting assault on certain brick shop. that was Andy's brick shop, by the way. And Jabbo's independent cures. This vintage Lego channel is not at all it seems. Yeah, that Andy, I tell you, man. Desolin's brick build. I know the quality coming out of Samsonite was really bad. I once watched a video that made it seem like that was part of what allowed a Lego to get out of the deal. I'd like to watch it. Yeah, I'd like to watch that video.
Yeah. I would love to know the real behind the scenes story about all that.
Yeah. Mayo.
Too many of those people are gone.
Yeah.
Like most of those people are already dead, probably, right? That would really know the real story.
Yeah.
And people that might still be around probably don't think there's anyone interested in what they did 60 years ago for work.
So I had a contact for a guy that worked there and was actually part of the Samsonite Lego. He was part of that business, so he would have known what was going on. And I tried to reach out to him, and my intermediary was talking to him, but he was
this the guy that won the contest as a kid that was helping you? Okay,
yeah.
because I remember that episode. Okay.
Yeah. So he just never did reach back out to me. I tried to contact him a couple times, and I'm sure it's kind of hard, especially to trust somebody. You want me to do what? Talk about what? To who are you? We do a little show on the internet.
What's that?
Yeah.
I mean, these people, seriously, because we're talking what, the 60s?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're talking, they worked there 60 years ago.
Right.
So you're talking people that are at least 80s.
At least.
If not older.
Yes.
If they're still around, right? So, there's a lot of challenges you have there. There was a gal at the Bricks and Minifigs in Loveland, and I think I talked about this before when we talked about it, that she had talked to someone that worked there, and she showed me a couple pictures. She asked me not to take, any video or photos of them because she said I don't know if she would approve it. So I didn't. But like there was a big picture of like a big sculpture and a couple other things in the factory. It was really cool to see.
Yeah.
But there's probably just not hardly any of those people left because the factory, like I told you, it's shut down now. Like not just Samsonite. There's nothing there. It's all for sale. You can put it in a Bricklink store there. But how many people could have worked there? It can't be a ton that are still around. So you're never gonna know.
Yeah.
So just make it up.
There you go. And if you put it on the internet, it must be true, Joe.
Must be real. Yeah.
That's right.
So Mayo has a timestamp of the 1 hour and 24 minutes and 35 seconds. We need Joey and Jabbo to be the Bricklink police. Give bad store service violation fines and put them on blast for giving AFoOL podcast viewers bad experiences buying Lego. Personally, I suspend all Bricklink sellers for 3 months who falsely claim they offer instant checkout but don't. I've immediately abandoned dozens of carts from delinquent sellers like that. Bricklink should include suspensions like that for violations like that in their in their terms of service.
Terms of service, yeah.
So at the 1 hour and 24 minute mark, we must have been talking about Andy.
Yeah. Did you and Jabbo as the Bricklink police? Are you the ones that reported Alex?
Absolutely. How dare he put like new in his
new or whatever?
Chris Cummings, we need separate buttons for liking or disliking the jokes. Jabbo can't justify buying.
You just need one button.
Jabbo can't justify buying the slave one, even to part it out for the store. Ooh, that's rough. Jason's brick. So apparently these comments are out of order because he says first, well, whoopity do. Ty Novels, that's one way of getting a whoopity doo. Let's see if Earl can make it fun. Whoopity doo. And then this guy named BrickTrains says Earl will never make the whoopity doo. Jason's Bricks and 5 again.
That guy.
I am watching Andor, Joey. My fantasy Sherlock Holmes set has minifigs. Overall, I don't think I'm a fan of the Book Nook line. First rule of Lego, never pre-order anything because it's the least value for your money, and now you have to wait. Someone at the Bricks and Minifigs in Loveland told me that when they were removing the Lego bricks from the building, they had wanted to save them, but the contractor said they fell apart and were not savable.
That's
Tino
And I
Bell,
couldn't find any pictures out there. Like I've tried to find photos of the bricks on the outside. I heard them talk about what it looked like, but
I had a picture. I didn't get to show. I had a picture, one very obscure picture of the. Well, no, I showed it on the last podcast, and you can barely tell that they were possibly 2x4 bricks.
I think they were on the other side, because I know the angle you're talking about. Because I actually went up that road, and you can see down. Because the building was off to the right. I think they were on the right side of the building, not the left side. I could be wrong, but
could be. Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't have a good picture of it, so yeah.
These Sherlock Holmes minifigures, they sent you to go with the set you already have?
Yeah. So my original one came with figs. This is different, than what I talked about earlier. So I now have 2 sets of Sherlock Holmes figs.
Oh wow. Are they
So
the
I
same
have
style or are they different style?
Yeah, and I actually they're different style. I can grab them if you want to see
So
them.
if you buy that set now, will you get the new ones they sent you?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, how do you not know that? That should be in the information packet. You're the president of the band.
They didn't come with the original one. It was a different thing that came.
I know. That's why I'm asking you. So if I buy the set, am I getting the new figs or the old figs?
I think someone else bought it and got no figs, so I have no idea.
Ooh, this pan stuff.
New figs. Get the new figs.
Tino Vale says, "Are you having adventures with the Lego store this year, May the 4th, Jason?"
He would get the figs.
Oh, he's going to get the figs.
I'm getting the figs, but
we already
I'm not
know that.
having
We
it.
already know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
Joe Bowling, I just looked at the fantasy listing for that Baker Street set, and near the bottom it says you can submit a proof of purchase to get replacement figs in the newer fantasy style. I haven't done that yet, but I was surprised to see it. Well, there you go. I'm telling you, these people are watching this live because he just answered my question. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that.
I think we have a new pan leader here.
I'm just going to keep going while Jason is searching.
Keep going.
You're fine. I'm looking for the figs.
The Sherlock Holmes Lego's boring. Jack the Ripper, now we're talking. Mayo again. I prefer non-production over Q. What's he trying to say?
Q production parts.
Q parts, the parts that are
you guys are the
sets.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, okay.
I thought he was talking about our non-production value.
Well, that could be too. These
are like the figs. These are the old ones.
Oh, okay.
This one, I didn't grab his hat, but this is Sherlock Holmes. So, and it's kind of cool because he's printed. I'll show you this. He's printed all the way around the fig and legs and torso. And the other part is they twist. So they are different. Like they look similar to Lego minifigs, but they are different. And their arms go out.
Oh, wow. That is a lot of articulation.
There's a lot of articulation. So this is the new one. I'll show you if you want to see it. I know this is the Pan channel. Here's my bag that just came. Now I got to figure out. I have a bunch of people, so you can go and I'll.
Okay. Mayo says, okay. You guys are the only people I hear talking about Samsonite in any context. That speaks to how bad Samsonite sets are. If you guys want to stop laughing, stop playing stingers and stop reading silly comments. Or your doctors for prescription. Ask your doctors for prescriptions. Johnny G. Oh my God, this dropped 2 days ago. I have nothing going on, so I should have watched this twice by now.
Oh.
And then the last comment is from Pasta Jensen. I guess the new segment in the top 9 podcast, Google it. Actually, Pasta, it's top 10. I'm just going to say they're dropping like a rock. Will be, what did the old guy new t-shirt say?
Google it.
Well, that was a lot of comments.
There you go. There's Sherlock.
Oh, okay. Does he have as much articulation as the other one?
So that's the new one?
Yeah.
This is the new one.
kinda
No, the
looks
legs don't move at all.
I wonder if Lego reached out to him and told him they were too close, so they had to change.
That's what I'm thinking. They probably got in trouble because they do look very similar to a
Yeah.
Lego minifig. I wish I had the hat. I must have left it in the other room.
Because
but-
those new ones look like they kind of look.
But you
like
can see
top.
like the arm, how like you have to put the arm on, and it's
Right.
it's different than Lego.
Yeah, it's a little.
Oh,
So maybe it's a ball joint, and the way that the torso is, it's a single point,
Mm.
and then that's why it would
Gives you the-
twist.
yeah.
So maybe they figured they could get away with it, and they got in trouble, and it just wasn't worth
The
fighting. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
So it's the trademark of the image of the minifig. It's not
the way
It's not
built.
the actual build.
yeah, because that stud and tube thing is that went out with the 2x4 brick, the original patent. So like Mickey Mouse, it's the image that is trademarked. So I'm sure that they have
Or maybe that's how they got him.
very specific dimensions and look and feel, and they're gonna fight it as hard as they can.
Yeah, that's how Lego rolls.
Yeah, well, they're not the only one.
No, I get it. I mean, if
So I don't know if the story is true or not, but there was do you remember Sierra Mist?
Mhm.
So do you know Sierra Mist?
you mean Slice?
Well, whatever it is, yeah, because it's not
Well,
Sierra Mist anymore.
Yeah,
They changed the name. They forgot to carry on the patent.
they didn't
or
renew
trademark. Trademark. Yeah. Do you know who they lost the trademark to? A porn star.
Really?
Yeah.
That is how the story goes. Yeah, some girl named I guess Pepsi
Sierra
sued her.
Mist?
They said, yeah, apparently, yeah. I don't know. All of a sudden now I'm not afraid to say the name.
For all of you younger viewers at home, earmuffs, please. Earmuffs.
Well, so apparently they sued her saying you can't use that name. And she's like, yeah, no, you forgot to trademark it. I own it now. You can't use it anymore. And they're like, okay, it doesn't sell that well anyway. So, which
I did not know that.
that is, this is urban legend, YouTube urban legend. I don't know if it's real or not, but if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Must
Gotta
be.
be. It's
All
gotta
right.
be true.
Well, I have good news for you, Joey.
Okay.
We got about 20 minutes till we find out if the spaceman is available.
Well, I'm gonna be in bed in 20 minutes or before.
I'll text you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. You've done that to me before. So
Me, I haven't.
no, Joe.
Oh, he's talking about me.
Yeah,
Jason.
okay.
We were talking about something, and then about like 11:15, he texts me.
Well, you make it
Salon
sound
wasn't-
like we were talking about it at 8 a.m, and then I text you at 11. It was like 20 minutes earlier. Just got to throw that out there.
Okay. Oh, who's gonna
Good.
do the out? Anybody?
Oh, is that
Jake?
me? Am I supposed to do that?
Yes, Jason's taking us out.
Okay.
He's
Well,
he's in the slot.
I'm in the slot. Well, thank you Wow, we're almost 2.5 hours.
We
Look at
are.
that. We don't need Jabo to waste time. We can do it plenty fine on our own. If you've stayed around this long, thank you for watching. Go ahead and look at the listing from 1999. Let us know what your favorite set is so that they can tell us next week how you're wrong. And I don't know, whatever you're gonna do. And
Yeah, we don't know either.
I think there's adventure sets. There's that big blimp that's like $90 now. Anyways,
Yeah.
that part. Anyways, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out Bricking News every Tuesday at 10 o'clock with me, Jason's Bricks and 5, and Alex Noons, the other guy. But we've got Joey up there, Earl up there, and if you liked it, subscribe, tell your friends, and if you didn't, tell your enemies and still subscribe.